What's up, y'all? It's your boy James. I am live. This is episode 24 of Transcending the Culture. I am waiting for my co-host to pop in at any moment. We got a really good show in store for you guys tonight. Two guests who are going to be popping on from, I'm sorry, just closing that out. I got two guests that are going to be coming on from Gospel Me Symphony. That is down in Akron, Ohio. If you guys are down in that area, then I'm quite sure that you do know what I'm talking about. And these two guests, they were actually scheduled a couple weeks ago, and emergency came up. We got them rescheduled, so they're going to be coming on tonight. Also, a few other things we're going to talk about. Definitely the trending topics. Kat will be popping in at any moment, and we are going to kind of open the bag up on this Nicki Minaj and Meg Thee Stallion stuff that's going on. We all got our own different opinions about that stuff going on. Plus, there's some other things going on out there, trending topic-wise, that we're going to talk about. And then I'll definitely be talking about a number of things, just kind of catching up to some things. UG Digital Magazine. It has been a little bit since we put an issue out. So we actually have a really big thing going on now, which is actually going to be launching live on February 5th. So we have some covers that we're going to put out on Friday. So 2 days away. We're going to be putting these covers out, and definitely some new stuff coming up. So I'm really excited about that. I think you guys are going to be really excited about it as well. And just a whole lot of other stuff going on. Some stuff going on with the entertainment plug. Looks like Tiffany is popping in right there. Tiff. Can't hear you, Tiff.
You're in the show. Everyone can see and hear you.
We got
Hello.
you.
Okay. I'm good. Let me tell everyone can see. Okay, so why can I?
So anyway, definitely a lot of stuff going on. I'm really excited about this stuff. As everybody knows, or everybody who has been following me for some time, everybody knows UG Digital Magazine. This is year number 10 for UG Digital Magazine, also known to most as Urban Grandstand Digital. So we have been out there for 10 years. Definitely a lot has transpired over that time. A lot of different issues, a lot of different articles, a lot of different features, so many people who have been involved with that. So it's kind of, I guess a relaunching a little bit, but we really haven't gone anywhere. But that's going to be coming out. Listen, Tiff, you good?
I guess so. I cannot enlarge I'm on my phone, so I may have to transfer to the computer. This is ridiculous.
We ain't got to worry about it. Just say hello to the people. Let's do the show.
Hi, everybody.
After 8. What's going on?
No, worry about my girl.
Oh, she gonna be all right. She gonna pop in when she can. She know we got her. It's all good. So what's up?
Yeah.
What's been happening since last week?
We're still recovering from the surgery.
Okay, how you feeling though?
I'm a little sore. I'm good though. I'm just sore. So now that I have my post-op appointment, and I may have to transfer to my computer because even with wearing glasses, it's I can't see. But it's 46 done arisen. But he basically just said that, I was in surgery longer than they expected me to be, but just to continue using my arm and I'll be good. So
yeah.
Out of that, I got to keep it pushing. I got to keep it going. I can't be sitting around here and not making money.
I'm trying to tell you, listen.
Man, listen here, being in the bed, I bet I don't. Now, if you would have called me about 10 years ago, I'd be like, nah. Not today, buddy.
Listen, no, you wouldn't. I think it's something in our blood. Like, I think it's something in our blood. Like when we have stuff going on, or like surgeries, or sick, or like we be down for a minute. Because,
yeah.
I mean, that's just like with the lupus flare. Like that washed January all out. Like when I really think about it, I did shit for the whole month. Like
Right.
it that really it really had me sitting for about a month. Today the 31st. I mean, that was all the way at the beginning of the month.
Right.
So I think it's just us. I think it's just us. We kind of some babies too, and we want to be pampered and taken care of, and we don't feel like getting
Hey,
up.
listen, it ain't nothing wrong with
Hey,
a man wanting to be sick. Let me tell you what, it's
because
nothing.
when I tell you, it took me probably until this past week to really get out there like full days. Like I'll come home and don't let me lay down because if I lay down, it's a wrap. Like, and I'll be laying there for 2-3 hours talking about I'm finna get up. I'm gonna get up in 20 minutes.
Right.
2 hours be done passed, and I'm sitting here watching The Breakfast Club, or I'm watching
I
some
can't,
shit.
and you know what, cuz I cannot do that. Like I just cannot. It's like my body is adjusted to getting up.
Yeah,
Can you
I
get my
mean,
computer, please?
what's
I
that?
think it's in the car,
I
in
mean,
the
like
truck.
real talk, we was just on video. What, a half an hour ago? About 45 minutes ago, and I was like, okay, I'm sending stuff over to you. I was sitting. I ain't gonna say where I was sitting at because I ain't got no business being there. And I went to the trainer today. But just the point is, 45 minutes ago, we was on video. I came to the house. I got all that shit sent over. I laid down. I swear for God, 7:57. I'm like, shit. I gotta get up, get on here.
Yeah,
Like
look in the trunk.
I'm like,
Ooh,
it's,
I thought I was on mute. My bad, y'all.
it's all good. It's all good. But
Yeah, but when you get sick, it just tears you up. It just
yeah.
seriously tear you up. And you know, I had my friend was with me when I had during my recovery, the blessings. I mean, and but at the end of the day, man, I can't. My alarm clock goes off every morning at 7 a.m. and I sit in the bed for like 5-10 minutes, and then I get up, be struggling to get out the door with the sun and everything. But man, who gonna pay the bills, bruh?
I
Who gonna
know.
pay the bills? Who gonna
And
pay
that's
the bills?
like if it wasn't for it being the end of the month and the house is due and all that stuff, I'd probably still be laying in the bed all day, every day. Because I was comfortable. Like I'm
Yeah,
good.
I gotta get back
Like
out it tomorrow. Get back at it
I
tomorrow. Work. And
I'm comfortable. I don't need to get up and get out there. I'll be all right. I don't need no more.
mhm.
I'm
And it's
good.
like, because it's so funny because I have a job, but it's
Yeah.
like, I like to look good. I like clothes. I like, the sun needs stuff. So, I hustle. I'll do a lift. I'm actually was thinking about getting another job. 2 jobs in a lift.
Listen, I got
That's how, I don't know. And like you said, it got to be in our blood because I can't sit down.
right. Nah, listen. When I tell you I get it, um, I absolutely get it because I kind of been there. Hey, everybody, just to kind of cut in again, I just want to say welcome to Transcending the Culture. Be sure that you like, subscribe, comment, and share. Follow us on all social media platforms at Transcending TC. That is TRANSCENDING TC. On Twitter, we are Transcending _ TC. So make sure that you guys follow us, and again, like, subscribe, share, comment, follow, kind of do all that jazz. We are thankful to you guys. Definitely dependent on you guys. For the follows, for the likes. Definitely, throw some comments in there if you got some comments. And of course, when our guests come on tonight, you can put your comments in there, put your questions in there, and we'll make sure that we get those out. We definitely want to thank you guys for following us for as long as you have. Obviously we are on episode 24 now, so that's really, really dope. Definitely enjoying the podcast, enjoying being here with Tiff, and Kat. Again, Kat should be popping in any moment. Definitely some family stuff going on, but she should be popping in pretty soon. And I kind of just want to go back a little bit and just kind of reiterate. Make sure that you guys are tuned in and checking me out on Instagram on Friday. My IG is Authentically James. It actually is up under my name title and everything on here too, so you guys can see it. But definitely make sure you guys are following me and following at UG Digital Mag. Cat is popping in right now. We got some new issues coming out. I will let the cat out of the bag. Cat, Tiff, and myself are on one of the covers. So that's going to be really, really dope. That is going to be dropping on February 5th. So that is actually next Monday. So definitely going to be a really quick turnaround. Again, we got some new issues coming out. And just to kind of let the cat out of the bag, because I'm not going to drop the covers until Friday, but just to let the cat out, Cat, Tiff, and myself, we all on the cover of one of those issues. So definitely be checking that out. And you know, that are popping as well. I think everybody is really gonna love them, and definitely love what is featured in these current issues that are going to be dropping. And then it's going to be a much quicker turnaround. We are bringing on new writers and kind of all of that jazz. So if anybody has any kind of interest, you know, if you feel like you want to write, if you feel like you kind of want to get into this media thing a little bit, definitely reach out to us. Look at the scroller down on the bottom, because the Transcending the Culture email is down in there. So you can definitely send an email to Transcending the Culture, and then I can get back to you guys. Or you guys can actually hit me, James Grant Johnson Jr. at gmail.com. So, yeah, what's up? Oh, let's see. Everybody's struggling with their internet here.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, let's do that again. Yeah, what's up?
Hey y'all.
What's good? What's good, pretty girl?
Girl, whoa, wait, I'm man. Listen, I am struggling mentally.
Yeah.
So yeah, y'all pray for y'all good cousin Cat, cause listen, life is life, and
listen, I know. Tiffany's struggling with something crazy over here with her internet. I don't know what she's going on. Listen, she done popped out of here about 4 or 5 times.
I don't know what's going on, man. But I am at a different location today, so my internet might be a little.
Yeah.
But we gonna roll with it. But other than that, I'm happy to be on here with y'all. Happy to be with y'all today.
You sound pretty good. I mean, you know, everything sounds good so far. So I think we should be pretty good. You know, of course, we got the Gospel Me Symphony crew coming in at about 8:30, which I think is really going to be dope. I'm going to let Tiffany take the lead on that one, since she is the
Gospel Me Symphony person. I already got my ticket.
Leave Tiffany alone. I was going to mess with Tiffany because Tiffany...
Don't mess with her. Look at her face. Don't mess with her today.
I ain't even going to do it.
Don't be messing with my cousin.
I ain't even gonna do it. And I know the people don't know what the hell I'm talking about. They probably like, what is he talking about? I ain't saying nothing. It's all good, but they gonna pop in. They gonna pop in with us. They should be backstage.
I don't know why he's doing that.
Yeah, they should be backstage probably about 8:25 or so. It's interesting. I want to give a shout out to Tadrick Hall, and I know I've been talking to y'all about Tadrick Hall possibly coming on the podcast.
Right.
It's been a lot going on schedule wise and whatnot, and we've kind of gone back a couple times. And I was thinking that he might be able to come on with us tonight also, but not tonight. But I'm believing that it will be really soon though.
I am really excited about Tadrick. I used to watch him in his YouTube days when he used to do covers and original music and stuff like that. So seeing him go from that to just taking off, I'm so proud. So that's somebody I would definitely like to talk to, because I've been a long time fan. Yeah, like I mean, you know, obviously he's had a number of projects out. He's got hundreds of videos on YouTube, because he's been on YouTube since like 05, 06. Mm-hmm. You know, he was you know, he was like one of the OGs.
Yeah, you know, he's done some work with Fantasia, and you know, of course, I'm not gonna say obviously, but he was part of you know, the Broadway, The Color Purple before.
Yeah.
So,
right. Yeah.
And I mean, he's done so much other stuff too, like Broadway wise.
He's done Broadway. He's done a lot of I forget what he was a judge on one of the shows.
He was a judge on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yes. I'm like, it's one of the shows that I watch because I remember loving him on there.
Yeah, he was a judge on there, and then he did American Idol too, like 08, 09, somewhere around in there.
Right.
So I'm gonna keep going back and forth with him, and I know that at some point we'll get him on the show. Everybody, please excuse us. We kind of, I was gonna say we kind of all are having some internet issues, but I'm actually doing pretty good over here. So I'm not gonna I ain't gonna really say too much. But the ladies, they getting it together though. Listen, the internet is internet, and life is life.
I see,
I'm just glad to bring you both. Tiffany must got a little delay because I don't know. She
in her own world today.
You sound like you got a delay or something. Yeah, she do.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. We can hear you.
We can hear you, but you're living in the past a little bit.
Okay.
It's all good. So
I just got off my phone, so I don't know. Maybe for Christmas I need another computer or something. Hint to the parental. See, she done disappeared. What's really going on? This is ridiculous. I kid you not. We gonna get it together, y'all.
Listen,
we're gonna get it together.
Listen, it's gonna come together. So you was in the middle of telling us what's been going on since last week.
Oh yeah, this with the surgery and everything. I'm good. But it's I'm back working out because I went to the gym.
I went today.
Did you? I couldn't go today. I had to go to the doctor.
Yeah.
So everything turned out great. It's just that when I went on Monday, I didn't do much of the weights at all because this is still sore. So the doctor was like, well, just take little by little. So I'm like, all right. So, but it just hurts, when I drive and it gets sore and stuff. So he said it's definitely some inflammation there. But I can't take ibuprofen. But other than that, I'll be all right. I ain't complaining to hell. How many surgeries I had?
Let me see. Okay, I think we got cut. Pretty girl.
Oh Lord.
Now she got phones ringing like she in the office. I know everybody like, what the hell? Uh-oh.
I cannot. I cannot. I don't know.
It's all good. So tell us a little bit of what's been going on with you, Kat, over the last
week. Wait a minute, because when it kicks her off, it kicks me off.
You say what?
That's what I'm saying. I don't see James no more.
Huh?
You don't?
I don't know what's going on.
Oh Lord. We need somebody to give us some prayer. Anybody? I'm looking right at him.
Mine is just circling. That is so crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I'm at my mom's house, so maybe
I'm looking right at you.
It's probably the internet. Can you at least hear me?
Hers is delayed.
Kat, can you hear me?
What's going on? I'm gonna go on YouTube.
When you're on a laptop, sometimes it delays, but
yeah, that's when I'm on my laptop. I'm on my laptop. I'm gonna go on YouTube and see what's really going on. Yeah. Cause see, now I'm wondering. Let me see. Let me get off of my internet. I know these people on here is like, y'all need to get y'all situation again.
So it
don't y'all judge us.
So look, while we waiting on Kat to come back in, you can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm looking right at you.
Okay. So while we waiting on Kat to come back in, what you think about all this Meg Thee Stallion and Nicki Minaj stuff?
Well, I'm not even gonna lie. I have really not been following it. So what I've been doing is going on Instagram and actually like scrolling through, and then I look in the comments and all that. But I did see where I guess somebody was trying to dig up Megan's mom's tomb, and I'm like, so now that the because somebody leaked out where she was buried at. And so they, ended up calling all cars over there, and
hey, stop for 1 second.
They got the
just 1 second. Can
security guards and stuff.
I can.
Okay, just making sure, because I know you couldn't before, so I'm just making sure.
Yeah, before I couldn't, but I turned my laptop off, so I might be fine for now, but I won't be able to do the comments. So James, the comments, y'all gonna have to do them today for me.
I just wanted to make sure, because I'm actually looking at the comments. We actually got a couple people in here. Lois Griffin, I think she's one of your friends, Tiff.
But yeah, I wanted to get into the Meg Stallion Nicki, because I got this, I'll be having a scoop on what happened.
Who James?
So what's up?
Oh, Lois.
So what's up?
Hey, here I'm singing and hey, Lois. That's Carolyn. Her name is Carolyn. She's a soprano. She sits behind Kathy. That's my girl. That's she's a breast cancer survivor as well.
Okay, so go ahead, Kat.
So
somebody in here thirsty for the topic.
This all kind of stems from the Cardi B Nicki versus Nicki thing. Nicki kind of is doing what she accused Little Kim of, which was not bringing her in and showing her love and being in competition with the new girls. They was doing songs with her, but yet she was acting funny toward them, sending shots. So Nicki was mad that Megan did WAP with Cardi B, and WAP took off. WAP was everywhere. It was on Michelle Obama's must listen to list. Like, it was the biggest song of the year. So she was very upset about that, because they had, keep in mind, her and Megan just did Hot Girl Summer. So WAP kind of overshadowed Hot Girl Summer with Nicki. So ever since then, Nicki has been throwing shots. And I don't know if the song I played for you over the Luma D beat.
Okay, yeah. I like that song.
And she says in the song, I have
what is it? Ruby Red Sleeves or Ruby Red the Sleeves or Red
Ruby Red the Sleeves. So on Ruby Red the Sleeves and on her Everybody, that song, she has said on those songs, I haven't F with horses since Christopher Reeves. Okay, now, if anybody knows about the 90s, actor Christopher Reeves had got kicked in the head by a horse and been paralyzed. Right. So that was her saying she don't F with horses, which is what is Megan's name, the Stallion. So she been putting that in songs. I ain't F with horses since Christopher Reeves, but nobody knew who she was talking about. But Meg knew, you're being funny. And she kept calling her Bigfoot. Every time she was on her Queen radio, she was saying Bigfoot this, Bigfoot that. Nobody knew. Nicki the type that throw rocks and hide her hand. She also said, stay in your Tory lanes and get up on your good foot.
Yeah.
So these are all things that she was saying for about a year, and Megan was just eating it. So then when Megan came back on her song Hiss, and she said, don't be mad at Megan, y'all mad at Megan's law. And so Megan's law is the law that requires sex offenders to report when they move addresses. And as we know, Nicki Minaj's husband, Kenneth Petty, is a sex offender.
Right. Oh, shoot. Okay, there she go.
That's what I see.
Yeah. What the? So go ahead. So
yes, that's what it was.
Can you
throwing shots, and Meg finally threw a shot back. And when it come to Nicki's husband, she don't play them games. So ever since then, she's been going on a rampage. She wasn't asleep for a whole 24 hours, and then she ended up coming with her rebuttal diss record, which was Bigfoot. and they both are neck and neck. They both 1 and 2 on the charts. They both have big openings. I last I seen, his was charting a little bit better than Bigfoot.
Yeah.
But ever since then, she said she's lied on her dead mama. You could F Megan Raw. That's what she said. Y'all mad? Ain't no Megan's Law. And she just basically aired out everything that we've pretty much kind of heard about Megan. But the thing about Nicki's fans, the Barbs are delusional. So they're doxing people, which is they're telling people, like, if, like, say we made a video talking against Nicki, they would put our government, our address, our phone numbers, everything. People are getting fired from their jobs for speaking about Nicki Minaj. And so that's where Megan's mom comes in, because Nicki and some of her fans, Nicki shared a retweet with the address of Megan's mom's burial site.
Damn. She needs to get on her phone, and I was actually thinking the same thing. I think I was going to get
on
my
phone, but I'm at my mom's house, and I think her internet or
Wi-Fi. Yeah, she's on her phone. She's at her mom's house, though.
Well, we may have to go and we may have to go and have to upgrade her internet.
I know, damn, man. I don't know, but when I did it on,
what the hell is really going on?
So listen, guys.
She should have just went over my mom's house.
So we're going to come back to this, guys, because actually one of our guests has actually popped into the green room now. So, Tiffany, go ahead and kind of introduce Jonathan's in there. So we're going to bring him in, but I want you to introduce him, though.
Okay, so everybody, this is like one of my little big brother, because everybody's taller than me, so everybody's a little big. But anyway, he is a pastor of Israelite Baptist Church in Akron, Ohio, off of Arlington, off of Archwood Avenue. He's also our director of Gospel Me Symphony Orchestra, choir and orchestra, and he's also a director at one of the colleges in Cleveland. I will let him explain the rest. I'm sorry, I have a head cold, but I will let him explain the rest. And I am just really, really excited and happy to have him, because I really thought I said this is his time to shine, and I really thought this would benefit the community, because I always have admired Jonathan. Jonathan has been there. I was one of the guest speakers for his church for breast cancer awareness, and I was appreciative that he even cared to have me on there. So I wanted to give back, and I said by right I would be remiss not to have him on my family podcast. So with that being said, I want to introduce you guys to Jonathan Turner.
We got Brenda here too.
Oh, okay. 2 for 1. And we have Brenda Justice. She is over the GMS family, and she also has her own podcast as well. I will let her explain that to you guys. And also, she's in a community group for excuse me, you guys. I'm involved for abuse, and I will let her go further into that as well. So we want to introduce you to Brenda Justice. Hey.
Hello, how are you?
Hey, I want to welcome both of you to the podcast.
Hi. So what we got going on is
go ahead, Tiff.
Hi, Jonathan.
Hey, y'all.
Hi, Jonathan. Hi, Brenda. Thank you, Jonathan.
Now,
How are you?
Are you two coming on video or?
No, we're not.
Well, Brenda had already told me she wasn't coming. Jonathan, why aren't you on here?
Listen, give me a second. I'm walking in my office.
He's talking. But hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, cool. I'm walking in my office now. I was ill prepared because we talked about this last time, but I completely forgot. But I am so honored to be on the show.
Go ahead, take the lead, Tiff.
Okay, so we're gonna let you get all settled up. Brenda, do you want to go first?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, Tiffany.
Brenda,
Yes.
did you want to go first? I said, did
Sure,
you want to
sure.
go first and introduce yourself and tell us all about your endeavors? And
Well, okay. My name is Brenda Justice, and I'm an Akronite all my life. For many years, take a wild guess. Um, I'm from the music world, and I'm actually what I do. I'm a singer, so that's what I really do. But I was also been with the Akron Symphony for 25 years as the coordinator of choral activities, which also includes both choruses, Akron Symphony Chorus, Gospel Me Symphony. In addition to all those things, I also have a ministry called Power Dream Sister Helping Sisters Ministries for the last 15 years. We are advocates against domestic violence as an awareness. And that's what we do. We do it in every aspect. We could do it spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally, and many other things. We deal with the courts. We deal with spiritual healing. We deal with self-esteem. We also have a male group. We have a group called Cherish. First of all, cherish the woman that God has made you, and that will meet monthly. And we do different things, have different guests, different ways to just to improve self, especially if you're in the middle of a domestic violence situation or you already got out of it. We all need to find ourselves. And then we do have a women's forum that we have 3 times a year. And we also have a men's group called the Everyday Brother. And the Everyday Brother is for those who have been abused and those who are abusers, because we have to look at both aspects, and we want everybody to have an open ear when they talk about a domestic violence, because there's always 2 sides to the story. There's your side, another person's side, and there's the truth. So we always have to be able to have an open ear to hear those things. And then we also have special things like domestic violence workshops, and we have fundraisers as well. We just got done with our biggest fundraiser, our Black Tie fundraiser that we had in December 2nd, and that was a wonderful event, and it was a nice justification. If anybody wants to come next year, it's December 7th on a Saturday. So please look forward looking on our Facebook page and so forth, and get in contact with us. But that is basically what I'm about right now, besides being a performer. You guys there?
Hey, Tiffany.
okay, so I had a question.
Yes.
What did you say?
No, I was just waiting.
I think Tiffany may have a delay.
No, my computer is super quick. I'm just I'm gonna see if I can switch. Let me see if I can switch on my phone.
Okay, I'm gonna let Tiffany get that together. I love everything that you just talked about, Brenda. I think the program is amazing, and obviously, is definitely good for the community. Like, how long has this program actually been running?
It's been 15 years.
Okay, so it's been running for 15 years, and you said you guys just did a fundraiser back in December.
Yeah, we had our 5th annual Black Tie Dinner fundraiser. It's one of our biggest fundraisers that we have, and we celebrated every first Sunday of December.
Okay, I think that's pretty awesome. And then Jonathan, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hey, y'all. First of all, thank you again for this opportunity to be on tonight. I am Jonathan Turner. I wear a number of hats. I am the senior pastor at Israelite Baptist Church here in Akron. I'm the director of choral activities at Lutheran High School East in Cleveland Heights. I am on the voice faculty at Cleveland Institute of Music. I'm on the faculty of Youngstown State University.
Okay.
And
so you're all over the place.
All over the place. All I do is put miles on my car.
I see why we caught you running in the door.
Listen, okay, story of my life. And I have a nonprofit here in the city called the Urban Choral Initiative that takes young inner city kiddos that don't have access or resources to get formal music training and give them that for free or at a nominal cost. Thanks to
amazing.
Generous givers, grant writing, and all that kind of good stuff.
Okay.
And so, yeah, a lot of our programming happens in the summer, obviously because of my hectic schedule during the academic year. But yeah, that's who I am. And of course, the chorus master for Gospel Me Symphony the past 4 years, but this is my 15th year with the symphony organization as a whole.
Okay, so we're definitely going to talk a little bit more about Gospel Me Symphony. I know Tiffany's kind of getting her internet and everything together. Kind of give us an idea of how you got into all of this, because obviously your hand is in so many different parts. So like, how did you kind of start getting involved, and what came first and then next? And
yeah, so my aunt, who was an integral part of my life early on, was a pastor. She was a musician. She was kind of a Renaissance woman. She did it all. And yeah, 1000%, minus the oxtails, right? Okay. So she was just that woman, and I must say that I believe much of who I am today is because of her, and her examples and her teaching. Like, I wouldn't think about the music. My parents aren't musical. My siblings aren't really musical, so it's kind of just me. Which is cool, but living in the household and just kind of learning and watching and being surrounded by that every day on the spiritual side and on the musical side has shaped who I am today. So I kind of got into music slowly but certainly. Slowly started singing. Young teenage boy, my voice was changing. I ain't trying to sing. That's not cool. That's not, But it slowly just kind of happened. And then, of course, I was playing piano for church because you didn't have a choice. You're going to do something. And that was just kind of what I did. And that slowly morphed into something where I got pulled into my band program in middle school and high school. And then it just kind of started developing. God placed a lot of great mentors around me to kind of help shape that gift. And much of what I do now in this part of my career is trying to give that back to the younger version of me who didn't have a me, to the me I wish I had. I try to be to some other young man or young woman to kind of navigate this space.
Like, let's talk a little bit about balance. Obviously, just because you have your hand in so many different pots, like how do you feel like that kind of affects your everyday life, just in terms of, remaining productive and, being able to get, an appropriate amount done, or, for you to be able to accomplish all the things that you want to accomplish. Let's talk a little bit about kind of how you balance it all.
So balance is hard for me. It is not necessarily something that happens innately or naturally. I am very creative minded. I am not necessarily a logistic person. And so balancing all of that to sit down and color code a calendar and all that, not me at all. So before recently, I was just kind of flying by the seat of my pants, like, hey, I got this. I would just kind of be here, there, and everywhere, which was cool. But it created some issues because I would forget about things, or I would not show up because I completely forgot that was happening on this day. And my superintendent, don't start, Tiffany. You ain't got to chime in and say, "Amen."
I ain't saying nothing.
My superintendent told me a couple years ago. He's like, "Man, listen, you're good at what you're good at, and you're not at what you're not. The areas that you're good in, hone in on those, keep making those better. And the areas that you aren't, partner with or hire people that are, and build your team with those people who have different strengths than you. And so very recently, actually, that's been something I've been intentionally doing, is building a community of people that can aid in working in the areas that I don't do well in. You put me in front of the people, give me the baton, give me the music, I got you. Give me the people, then I can make that happen. But the back end planning part of them. So learning to balance differently in a more healthy way, in a way that I kind of get to prep mentally and emotionally for what's coming, and I get to give everybody that has called on me proper consideration and my full vested time while present, to ensure that I'm doing the best that I can when called on.
Like with everything that you have your hands in, how did that connect or correlate to you being a part of Gospel Me Symphony?
So, Gospel Me Symphony, I won't say it happened by accident, but it seemed like it. When I was young, probably 15 or 16, my friend and I, who is also now the drummer for Gospel Me Symphony, we heard about it. We had never seen it live, never seen it staged, but we had heard about it, so we got a ride over to the church. They were practicing over on the west side. We got a ride to the church, and we sat in the back and we watched Dr. Raymond Wise, who was the conductor at the time, teach this rehearsal, and we were just amazed. We got this packet of music. We got a part CD. I had like a soprano part CD. I can't sing soprano, but I'm like, cool. Like I held on to that for years. And like when I was still a young conductor, I was still early with like my sight reading. So I'm plinking out these parts and I'm teaching them to my little choirs. Like I'm like, this dude is amazing. This organization is amazing. But I never went to the concert. I never performed with them. Nothing. 2009, I graduated high school, and somehow or another, and Miss Brenda could probably share a different perspective of this narrative. I get a phone call from Miss Brenda like, hey, we need somebody to play organ. Would you be interested? And I'm like, hey, sure, I'd be interested. I'm, 18 years old, fresh out of high school, and I get to play for Akron Gospel Me Symphony. Sign me up. And it just kind of progressed. And then when the previous choir master stepped down and I was elevated to that position, prior to that, I was able to bring on my friend that sat in the back with me back, when we were 16 and 15, and kind of a full circle moment. So it felt like it was accidental to me, but certainly God had some things planned and life kind of prepared to get to those moments, which have led us to these moments and moments to come.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I know.
Oh. No, I was just saying, you want to jump in there? And
yeah, I know. How I first met Jonathan. I knew Jonathan before Jonathan knew me, and I don't know how Jonathan is, but he graduated 2009, so I'm way above adult stage. So, I saw Jonathan at Phillips Chapel Baptist Church, which is our sister church, and they had a concert one day. And me and my mom and a couple of our members from St. John CME Church had went, and I'm sitting here. They had two directors. Now, mind you, Phillips Chapel was a smaller church and with a smaller choir. But for the life of me, I'm sitting there. You know how my mind get to wander. I'm like, why in the God's name they got two directors? Like, what is really going on right here? So, but my focus was on Jonathan, this little dude. Like, I'm like, who is this dude? Because he really doing his thing. I mean, he's doing it. And so, ever since then, like I have been following you, and I think it was like one particular time you guys had came to my church as well, and then like all of a sudden, we had went to one of our. I think it was the district conference. You and Denario was there. And that's when I really took a liking to you, because I'm like, this dude can really play the drums. This dude on this organ. And I think we had a choir there too. I don't think I was in the choir, but I think you had created a choir. And so then next thing you know, me and you had like in passing, hey, how you doing, whatever. But I had took a real liking to you. And so then all of a sudden, you playing for Gospel Me Symphony, you got Cameron in there, and you just been family ever since. So then I come to your church, you're a whole pastor.
Oh.
Yeah. So I was just one thing I wanted to ask you, Jonathan, like what called you to the ministry of pastoring? Also, what led you to start directing, get into the music aspect of it all, the whole shebang, coming from the music, going to call to be, to preach. Because I mean, you can preach.
Thank you. I listen, to God be the glory. I was cool with the music part because that music and preaching was in the house growing up all the time. We were, I know I met you at the Methodist church, but we were Pentecostal through and through.
Mm-hmm.
When I came over to CMEville, I was struggling because y'all wasn't loud and rambunctious. That's all the noise y'all gonna make it in.
Listen,
ain't nobody got them start running yet. What kind of church is that?
I go to a Baptist church right now, but I love a good Pentecostal church. So
I'm used to a good old sanctified 4.5 hour service. This 90-minute litany reading. I said, this ain't God. What is that?
I know you was like from blessings flow. What? Wait, what's going?
What is doxology? I said, hey, this
doxology.
But and I did not appreciate it at that time. It wasn't until I got older that I really appreciated the liturgy and the hymns and the great respect for the church and the operation of the church that I did not learn over in holiness. I learned it while as a student of the Christian Methodist Episcopal Church, and so I am grateful for that as well. I was okay with music. I started it in the home and doing stuff at school and at church and under Kenny. Kenny was the musician at Shiloh, so I would go play there, and he was extremely present in my formative years and played a great role in that. And when I was 12, I preached my trial sermon, and I'm like, okay, this is cool. This is cool. I felt the call, but I also, wanted to be a kid. I'm 12. I got a whole lot of years to be a kid. So I preached for a while, then I would just not. I would just kind of gear toward the music scene. And that's where, honestly, that's where a lot of people preferred me. I would preach, and then it would be cool. It'd be an experience. And then pastor would be like, okay, that's enough. Put him back on the organ. And that's where I would just be. And I was cool with that. That's fine. And then that just kind of became increasingly not as cool. Like I had this pull, this tug, this urge to share God's word in a different way. And I'm like, I'm not about to force my way. You get proper protocol. You don't ask nobody to preach. So I would just wait until the moment came, but they just start coming. And so I'm like, okay, cool. So maybe I'm gonna start preaching more, but I definitely am not about to start pastoring. Like that's not even okay. I've zero desire. Too much responsibility. I don't want it. And here we are, 6 years in almost. June will be 6 years that we've been serving in this capacity, and there have been some hills and valleys, but it's overall been a wonderful experience. But it's not anything that I necessarily asked for, and I definitely tried to avoid this particular church. Even when I was coming, just kind of preaching for them, people would just, hey, Jonathan, somebody needs somebody to cover for them Sunday. Can you preach? I'm like, yeah, sure. What church is it? The Israelite? I was just there last week. What you mean? And so I said, all right, God, I hear you. So I went ahead and applied, and I'm like, they ain't finna pick me, so cool, whatever. And months went by. I ain't hear nothing from them. I'm like, sweet, dodged that bullet. I went and got me a job at another little Methodist church, making my nice little money. Israelite called, hey, you in the final three. Can you come do them? Like, seriously?
The final three.
Final three. That was in Feb. I preached all February. I preached taught Bible study in Sunday school all February, and then I
Okay.
was out March, April. They voted the second Sunday in May, and that next day they called me, um, and the rest is history.
Yeah, I think with because I've heard of Israelite Baptist Church, and I think they really saw something in you that you didn't see in yourself. And they was giving you a chance because I mean you are young, and you know a lot of things goes on in the church. A lot of things goes on in the church that shouldn't be, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And we as a congregation has to trust our pastor with the word when it comes from the word, when it comes from you and your support with your, you know, your congregation, when it comes for the money aspect, all of it. And
Mm-hmm.
you know, when I found out you had your own church, I was just so proud of you, you know, because you really needed that. I remember you was in the transition from moving from Akron to Cleveland and everything. So I know you was just
Mm-hmm.
tired going back and forth. Um, we got a couple of comments. We have one, our lovely Miss Carolyn Griffin. Griffin, she's, you know, in the soprano section.
Yes, yes.
She said, "I love you, Brenda and Jonathan. Can't wait till the 10th." Then we
Great.
have Kathy Hodges that sits behind me in GMS. That's my cousin, which is Katasha. She's not on. She's having difficulties with her computer. She said, "Yes, he can. Preach, teach, sang, and direct. He is amazing and makes it so enjoyable."
I love Miss Cat. I love her so much.
And then my mom said, "Amen, Jonathan.
Miss
Amen."
Diane, I love her.
So Brenda, I also wanted to ask you the power of a dream because I am actually a domestic violence um I'm gonna say survivor for real. You know, like you said, it's two sides to every story. It's an action to a reaction, and no two people shouldn't be putting their hands on each other by far. I have always been interested in the power of a dream. I remember meeting Brenda. This is how I met Brenda. We had some kind of program going on at our church. And I think I literally might have just got out of the relationship. Um, and I think I think the program might have had something to do with, I can't remember offhand, but I went to the bathroom. She came in the bathroom. Now I don't know her, she ain't know me. And she told me, she said, "I want to talk to you." And she just got, and I can't remember offhand what the conversation was, but she knew that I was in an abusive relationship. She knew, and I don't know if she had talked to my mom, but she was telling me her story. I remember crying and everything. And I can't remember if you had the power of a dream at that time, but I know I was still mentally trying to process everything, trying to get, you know, myself together. And I'm really glad to hear. And one thing really stuck out you said, and I didn't know, is that you have a program for abusers. Now that's something that you don't hear every day.
Yeah.
So what how did you even get started, or who persuaded you to start this program up? Because this is a really big thing for people out here in the community and in the world, and too bad they don't have such of a program like that, you know, out of Ohio. They probably do, but like the first time hearing about having one for the abuser.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? It was all by coincidence, but nothing is coincidence. That's what I always say. God always has a reason for everything he does. Um, I was in Akron Symphony chorus rehearsal, and I overheard, being nosy, I overheard them talking. And, you know, and they were talking about somebody had they were having a fundraiser for somebody who had gone through some domestic violence, and um, she actually ended up killing her husband.
Oh no.
Uh-oh, now she popped out.
Oh, she popped out. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, here comes Kat. Hey, so I was just about to text you and make sure you was all right over there.
Yeah, I had to take
about to get in my car. I was like, well, wait a minute. I'll take the phone and everything. Well, Brenda, I was
just to come get me.
I had asked Brenda the question about she has a program called The Power of a Dream. And so I was asking her, how did she get started? You know, because she was talking about how different programs, she has different programs. And one of the programs is she actually had one for the abusers as well. So I was asking her about that, and she was actually talking, and then she popped out. So
that's so cool. Like, I never have heard that. I was listening to what she was saying and stuff. So I'm definitely interested in the program.
I've been told her I was interested.
Yeah, if she has some different, some luncheons or some events or something like that, maybe we can attend and support for sure.
Yeah, because it's not all about, and you know what, you have men out there. Let me tell you what. So many men, and people do not know this, y'all, have post-traumatic stress from women talking to them crazy, beating on them or whatever, and they don't know who to go to. They really don't. They do not know who to go to.
Embarrassed.
But they have like that one special person that they can kind of relate and talk to about it, which is cool. But I'm telling you, they're not gonna be able to be in another relationship, or with the significant other, with their parents or with their kids or whatever, without all of that coming out. You know what I'm saying? It's like everybody in this world need help. They need help.
And the thing about it is, like, hurt people. So people that were abused abuse people, and they get in those cycles and things. And you may have been so abused that now you turn into the abuser because you're tired of it. It just is something that I really appreciate her having that program, because it's something that needs to be addressed, especially in our community. I think, I think especially it's just getting to be
Absolutely.
a lot. I'm hearing all these different stories about these domestic situations, and I feel for them. I've been through certain situations like that myself. So definitely want to hear some more information about that.
Thank you so much.
Let's see. She said, I'm a cancer survivor, domestic violence survivor, and my son was murdered and a survivor of that violence. The good news is trouble don't last always, with God's love. Yes, true. That is so true. Yes. With God's love can heal anything, and so I'm sorry for the things that you have went through. And hopefully us survivors and people of this community can support each other. Many times abusers feel abuse is the norm. Yes. Sometimes people they feel like that abuse is the norm, and that you have to deal with it, or they have to keep perpetrating it. It is not normal. Yeah. Definitely. Thank you for the comments, everybody. Brenda, did you want to hop back in and give us some more information about it?
Yes, I'm so sorry, but I just wanted to say that the lady that I ended up being a supporter of her from March all the way into September. And I did not know a lot about domestic violence, because I thought it was just a physical, but it can be emotional, it could be spiritual, it can be so many things. And we just keep on adding on and on and on as time goes on, and not even realizing that, and being ashamed of what we can add on. But this young lady ended up doing 5 years in prison for aggravated murder. She took a lesser charge. But she ended up having to leave with a 3-month-old, a 5-year-old, and a 10-year-old. And
there's
took a lesser charge.
Yeah, it's so many other people behind it.
Oh yes, and it's so much that you go through, and I didn't realize what it was all about until I saw the things that she went through. But what if she did know about the things that offer in our community, and the places that you can go for help, and the people that you can seek out to help you? What if you knew who you really were, and that you didn't deserve to be treated a certain way? But she had to leave her children. And that's something that she didn't even want to do. But after going through all of this, and we supported through this whole entire situation, because you need support. You need support all the way through. And after going through that, today she's out of prison. She is now, she's taking her daughter. She's a grandmother now, and her children, are 5. I think 5. Oh, yeah, 10 and 15 and so forth. But her daughter's grown, so forth. But just think of all those things, and I started meeting more and more people, and I found out that a lot of the things that people go through with domestic violence is usually a trickling effect, and many times it happens in our family through generation to generation, and that's the way things are sometimes. Sometimes you don't even realize it. And sometimes the people are so ashamed they don't even want to know what's really going on with their lives. So, and with Everyday Brothers, it's so nice to see that brothers are actually coming to the forefront to say, this is what happened in my life, or this is how I could have changed this, and not sometimes we think of the man as the victim always, but it can go both ways. And it's just good to have an open mind and just be aware of what to look out for, and talk to your family, talk to your friends, talk to your babies, your children as they're growing up, and let them learn to love themselves.
Yes. Oh my God, definitely. We have a comment, Polka Pot generational spirals. And they also said mental, emotional, verbal abuse is often dismissed because there are no physical signs. I definitely agree with that. There's this show on Netflix called The Maid. And it's about a young woman escaping domestic violence, but she was not being hit. She was with a man that would punch the wall next to her. He would financially abuse her. He would control her and use manipulative tactics. And she felt that she couldn't seek out help with domestic violence shelters and resources because she said, well, I'm leaving for someone that's really being abused. And it took for someone, a counselor, to tell her, you are being abused. You are, so people don't think, for all our viewers that are in relationships, or you can be abused in a friendship with family members, anybody, if you're being mistreated, if you're being mentally abused, sexually abused, financially, if you're with someone and they control your actions due to money, that is domestic violence.
Even
So
spiritually.
definitely. I was trying to see if Tiff will come back. Let's see what we have a comment. Yes, ma'am. I identify with her character so much. So someone that watched that show. So I would tell people that are dealing with domestic violence that may not be physical violence. That's a show that I identify with. Because I was in situations where it wasn't exactly super physical and things, but there were mental aspects at it. So I definitely identify with that character as well. Let's see. It says, Brenda, you are so needed to increase the awareness. Yes. Thank you, Brenda, for increasing the awareness. So how can the average person support this program?
Okay. We are starting back up in February, and because of my crazy life, as soon as Gospel Me Symphony over, I start right into Harbor Dream. We have our monthly meetings. You can go on our Facebook page, and I'm keeping things up to date on that and updating our website. But our monthly meetings for Cherish is every fourth Saturday. It's at one of the libraries, but it's every fourth Saturdays from 2 to 4. And I'll have things posted on our website. Also, the Everyday Brothers will begin in June. Always begins on Father's Week, Father's Month. And so we do that on June, August, and November. And then we have our domestic violence workshops. We also have self-defense techniques that we like to share this year too as well. But if they get on my Facebook page, that's the best way. Oh yes, because that's a big thing. And we have a gentleman named Brother Gregory Head that does a lot of our domestic violence workshops. Our workshops are geared to different types of domestic abuse. This year we're going to be doing about the blind. We've done about the deaf. We've done the physical. We've done the spiritual. We've done several facets of domestic violence, and we focus on each year. We focus on that.
Yes. Let's see. Diana Milliron says abuse of a loved one affects the whole family, everyone. Yes, definitely. Abuse affects people. A lot of people say, I stayed in a relationship for the children and stuff, not knowing that their children are going through it as well,
Yeah, because a lot of times the kids
we have
know what's
another
going on.
comment. Let's see. Emotional abuse can often be much more destructive because we are confused as to how to identify it. Yes. I definitely went through that, because you always see people running, like walking around with black eyes, and that's domestic violence. And it could be an array of different things.
Oh yes.
I mean, everybody that you guys making out the comments, and I really appreciated Brenda, because my abuse was a little different. It was like it, and as I look back, because I'm getting counseling for it now, and it has been more than 12. It's probably about, let me see, it was about 14, 15 years ago. But as I look back in the start of it, I really thought that was my real relationship. But then as I look back, the things that he was doing, it was kind of like he was trying to see what I would do. And the first red flag I didn't even get with my goofy self. I remember being in the car and he said, "What would you do if what did he say? What would you do if somebody was to hit you or man something?" And I said I would put him in jail. That was the first thing that came out of my mouth. I said I would put him in jail. You know what he told me? "Well, I can't be with you then." I didn't even take that in consideration. Cousin, this is my first time right here on this podcast. I literally just thought that. I literally, because my brain don't function like remembering a whole bunch, but I literally just thought that, and he did say that. I didn't take it into initiative that that's what's going to happen. So now looking back and everything that he was doing that to see what I would do. And the first time that I actually got put in the hospital, back then, you guys, they were asking the question, "Are you safe in your own home?"
Yeah.
Nope.
Let's see. We have a comment. It says, "Sis, I remember Daddy talking about him and me coming to holler at that demon." Oh, so you got some supporters that was ready to fight for you, Tiff. And sometimes that is something we need. We need our family and friends to,
Who is
defend
that?
us and
Wait a
be
minute.
there
Who
for
is
us.
that? Who is that?
Somebody said,
Since I remember Daddy talking about him.
Poke-a-pack.
You know what I wanted to say?
Sister. That's my sister. Yeah, because I would call my dad. I would call my dad and tell my dad, and he couldn't. This is her big sister. Oh, hi, Kiki. That's my biological sister, James.
And I think Brenda, what were you about to say, Brenda?
I just wanted to say I went through the emotional abuse because I didn't realize about the physical part. There was a difference. But when I realized how much it was affecting my sons, and because I was standing up to the plate, and I had to turn it all over to God and say, whatever happens, happens, but I have to stand up for my children. And then also we had an incident where, your family loves you and they don't want you to be hurt. And I felt if I didn't stand up, then, anything could happen. There was a confrontation between my son and and his father. The house was destroyed. No one talked for 3 days. I never knew what happened. But what if I didn't stand up for myself? Somebody could have been in jail. Somebody could have been killed. And then also we had another incident where some people in my family tried to kidnap him. So, yes, it was one of those incidents, but they loved me. They said, "We're tired of you taking advantage of, take advantage of her." I'll put it that way. And they said, "You're going to stop this." And they pretty much told him what he was going to do, what was going to happen. And I don't want my family to go through anything like that. I have to stand up for myself and trust God and keep things going. And that's why. And the last thing I was going to say, Maya Angelou said, if somebody says something, believe what they say.
Oh.
Really, because a lot of times they'll tell you what they're going to do before they do it. They'll hint at it, or they'll put it under playing. Or I definitely dealt with someone saying things in a playful manner, or I dealt with someone trying to desensitize violence by play fighting or, tussling and stuff like that. And I said, I don't like doing that. I don't like, people touching me or fighting with me, because that reminds me of, abuse I went through it previously. So, but I'm just playing. You're taking it seriously. And then every time it's harder, every time it's rougher, every time it's, it just gets to be like they want to desensitize you and make you feel that abuse is normal. And that is not. Nobody should be mistreating you. Like you said, they'll tell you, because he would joke with me and, you say that, I'm gonna slap you, or I'm gonna do this or whatever. And it turned to that action. So yeah, it is. They will tell you, if you really listen and use your discernment and really listen to what people say and feel it and trust in God, they'll tell you. He'll tell you. They'll tell on themselves before. So definitely, I agree with that.
Yeah, it's when I've been trying to get with Brenda, because I wanted to get in, because I never healed. And and one part of me is like, I feel bad, because when you're in a relationship, and when you're in an abusive relationship, and you have others and like my sissy said, it affects the kids. It affected my son, and it affected my son to a way to where he resented me. I mean, for years and years and years and years. And my oldest son, he's not one to. He's quiet. You guys know Cameron. Cameron is quiet. And Cameron doesn't express himself a lot. He does not. And when he do, it's like, who you think you talking? Now it's like, who you think you talking to? Is you for real right now? You didn't just say that. But Cameron is the one that say what's on his. When he say it, he mean it, and he don't care whose feelings he hurt. When it comes to me, ain't nobody gonna hurt his mama. And this little one right here, ain't nobody gonna hurt his mama. I had people who was like, pack your bags, throw it outside. We gonna come get the bag, and then we gonna come get you later, and all this other stuff. I left twice and came back twice.
I see your sister said fam is gangster. So you see, I see your family got your back.
My dad was on it. He was ready to come up here. I said, no, don't do that. But yeah, it really impacted Cameron a lot. But I said I wasn't going to do that again. But the thing is, when you're out of one relationship and trying to go into another relationship, and you haven't healed from that relationship, and you bring havoc on another relationship, that's really bad. And that's one thing I have learned. And I think about that all the time, because it's not that other person's fault by far.
Right.
By far. And now he or she has to go through the BS that you have brought into that. You know what I'm saying?
And you may even become the abuser. You may be so ingrained in that cycle that you become the thing, just because you're just so addicted. I've been addicted to that cycle.
You're so used to the cycle. Yeah. So it's like,
we have a comment from Kathy Hodges. At the beginning of abuse, there's often a time of desensitization or grooming, not just suddenly getting violent. Definitely. And I wasn't able to talk to you guys before, but Kathy Hodges is my mother, and she is in Gospel Me Symphony. And I already have my ticket. So I will get the tickets, and I will be covering it for the podcast and letting everybody know how the show was. The last one I went to was 2021, I believe, maybe. Yeah, it was 2021, because I think it had got pushed back because of the pandemic. So it was in June.
Yeah, it did.
Yes. It was so amazing. I was over there. I was tearing up, crying. It was so beautiful. It's something about all the voices and then all the instruments and stuff. And I went to a performing arts school, so I love just the violin and just like, oh my God, it just gave me goosebumps. And my little cousin Cameron, the drums, and everybody singing, and it's a whole experience. And I tell everybody, please, if you've never been to Gospel Me Symphony, please get your tickets and attend. This is something that it reminds me of, like, I've been to the opera before. I've been to a symphony. I've been to these things. And it's just something that touches your soul, not only with the gospel and the words that we're speaking, but just the talent, the pure talent of everybody involved. So I'm very excited for the show.
Now, Brenda.
Yes.
Oh, go ahead, Brenda.
No, you go ahead, because I was going to say something. You're still going to say the same thing, but go ahead.
We probably were. She has kind of didn't tell everybody that she is actually a professional opera singer.
Oh.
Honey, Brenda can throw some notes up there. Y'all just don't know.
Oh my gosh, I love opera. That's something I wanted to do when I was younger. So please, Brenda, I'm all ears.
What do you mean you're all ears?
I'm listening. I want all the details. How did you get into opera? What is your favorite?
Oh my goodness!
Song that you like to sing? Is there?
Oh yes, definitely. My mother heard me singing background to a Barry White song. And she said, "Oh, that sounds really nice. You have a nice voice." And then little by little, I was in the little glee club and stuff like that. My school it wasn't a big thing with music, but she went and she saw something in me and went and she had me get lessons at the University of Akron. So I started that when I was 16, and I just followed through with that. Went into college, went into majoring in voice performance, and it was something that I loved, and it's not very prominent with African Americans either, so sometimes you get a little hard way to go sometimes, but I had people like Leontine Price to look up to. I had a Jessie Norman to look up to. I had a Kathleen Battles to look up to. These wonderful African American women that went through the obstacles to make it to where they're at because they love the music of the classical world. And so although I didn't go where I was thinking I was going to go, but God had me to go somewhere else. So I went to Akron Symphony, and that I still was able to perform throughout my time with the symphony. But one of my favorite songs is "Summertime" from Porgy and Bess. So that's one of my favorites. And my favorite opera is The Marriage of Figaro.
Do you have a favorite language that you lean toward? Like, I know some people like to sing the operas that are like in French or Italian or
Italian. I love Italian.
Yeah,
because I can work with it.
About the way the Italian sounds when people are performing the opera, that's just like, ooh.
It's a wonderful world, and it takes you away from your world.
Mm-hmm. It does.
You know what I mean?
It's something about the fine arts. It's something about fine arts that takes me out of it takes me from what I'm going through and what I'm thinking about or whatever, and it just takes me. So I love opera. I love classical music. That's why I really love Gospel Me Symphony, because it's just like bringing the voices with these beautiful instruments, and everyone puts in so much time and effort.
Yes.
And carefully curate these songs and the arrangement and stuff. So you guys really do it big over there. So I really am looking forward to this. And my mom, I've been getting a glimpse of it. I've been catching my mom practicing. So I got a little bit of a show, so I'm excited. I got a little insider.
Can I tell you this will give you a little bit, because I don't know how much time we have, but
until we're done.
Yeah, we got a couple.
Okay. But I have to say that I had to work with many different directors and all types of people throughout this time with the symphony. But I have to say, I never thought I'd have to work with Jonathan. I met him when he was 14, but God knows I did not even know that one day we would be side by side. That little boy with the bow tie. So, but I have to say that Jonathan is a very creative, a wonderful musician, a wonderful speaker, by the way, and a wonderful pastor and so forth. And so I'm very honored to be working to bounce my own creativity off of his. And, normally we are on the same wavelength, but I do want to let people know also that Jonathan's going to be speaking on February 8th for the speaker series for the Akron Symphony. And we have one more day before we have to close that out tomorrow. Tickets are $20 at Guy's Party Center, and they can call the Akron Symphony at 330-535-8131. And then also, we have some wonderful things going on, and this year we have some wonderful guests with our concert. It is our 30th anniversary on February 10th at 7:30 at E.J. Thomas Hall. We have one of the ladies. I hope you remember the one lady that had three standing ovations. Shirley Daly, that sings with Anthony Brown, is coming back again.
Okay.
And then we also have our soloist is Jessie Note. She's their second year. I'll be singing. Let me see.
From the comments I have been told Brenda is great, and Brenda has a beautiful voice.
Well,
that thank you, from Diane.
Thank you, Diane. And then we also have we have Jennifer McKell Jones returning back.
Yes.
She had been with us for 10 years, and she's coming back as our special guest. And then we have a little treat for you that I can't say what it is. And and then we have Lily Annie Williams. She'll be singing also, and we also have Luanita Humphrey. So those are some of the things that we have going. But it's a nice program, and we worked really hard to get things together. And I am so happy to deal with the GMS artistic wonderful gentlemen. I have Kenny McCorvey, and I have
Kenny.
Russell Davis and Kenny McCoy, Russell Davis, and Tony Verdon to work with, and of course, my one-on-one here, Jonathan Turner. So that I hope everybody comes out and see how hard we're working. It is a wonderful melting pot of wonderful people that get together to share the good news. So thank you so much, everyone, for having me. I appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. I wasn't able to talk to and welcome Jonathan. I've met Jonathan a few times. He is friends with my sister Katia Hill, and I also attended a wedding he officiated over two of my best friends, Shawnee and Troy, at his church. So I'm definitely familiar with Jonathan.
Oh, you were at the hot wedding. We didn't have air that summer.
You said what?
We didn't have no air that summer. I remember.
Oh yeah,
Lord Jesus.
We had to make that wedding.
It was definitely hot girl summer in that church.
Listen, we held hands, we prayed, they said they vows, they I do's, and we was up out of there. Okay. So Jonathan, could you give me some insight on how you guys arrange the songs? Like, how do you give me some of the creative insight of how you guys choose these songs and string them together?
So it is probably the most painful part of my job.
Oh yes, it is.
To select these songs, not because there's not wonderful music, but because there's so much red tape and legality that comes with taking music and orchestrating it and performing it, and there's lots of legal jargon that goes into that. So we start around May or June selecting pieces, and Miss Brenda does a lot of the legwork of reaching out to who the owners of that song are. And gospel music is different. Classical music, the artist is generally the composer. In gospel music, just because the person sang it does not mean it is their song. So we have to identify who the actual author of the song is, who holds the rights. We have to reach out to them and get those permissions in writing and go through all of that. And then we have to identify, does the song even work? And if it does, great. Right. If it doesn't, what's the backup? We have to do that for each and every song. Once we think we've got a good handle on a decent program, we start trying to order them in some unique way that makes sense, right? That has a decent flow. And then we have to map all of that out, what it looks like, how many times we're going to do this, because it's not like church. We like it and we do it an extra time. The orchestra is not going to flow well with that. It has to be written down note for note. And so we decide early on, we should probably do a reprise here. This would be nice to repeat again. And then we send that over to our orchestrator. He takes what we sing and what you hear on the album and translates that to paper. And it is passed down to the orchestra members next week. And they read what we've been singing all this time. And it just kind of meshes together in that way. So it's probably the bane of our existence for about 6 months until we get through that entire.
Well, all those years being in Gospel Me Symphony, I know I heard of you guys having to get the legal aspect of it all. You have to get the permission and everything. But I always had wondered how the orchestra, did they have practices like us? Because, honey, let me tell you what, as soon as we come in the day before, I mean, they're on point, every note. The conductor, he's like, well, wait a minute, let's take this out. And I just be like, what? How? And so they get the music as well, and then they start practicing. Is that how it goes, Jonathan? What happened?
I don't know. There we go. So the orchestra, do they have as many practices as the choir? Do you know about that?
Right.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
well, with that, what I was gonna say,
like you said, they play so beautifully. Like, oh my goodness, like the orchestra. It's like when you guys are singing and you guys have all the different, crescendos and arpeggios, and you guys get louder and get quieter and different times, and it's like the orchestra does that at the same time. So like y'all start down here and then get loud and it's so perfectly orchestrated together. So that's why I tell people this is a great show. I would definitely like to see that. We got some comments from Diana Milliron. She said, I want to say how proud I am to see how far Jonathan has come. I remember him from a student in high school.
Oh, okay, Mom.
Now. Yes. Yes. It probably is kind of weird to mentor somebody and then he's a grown man and he's doing big things, so my sister was friends with Jonathan for a number of years. So to see him in such a prestigious position, I know we are all very proud of him. Definitely.
Yes, it's and see, like I said, I have started in Gospel Me Symphony when I was 16 years old. I will never forget. It all started at the Civic Theater. One day we had one of our choir members. Her name was Linda Hamilton, I believe. She was featured. She was one of the featured soloists, and she was in the newspaper. So my mom questioned her about what is Gospel Me Symphony. Next thing you know, it was we were all in it. Me, your Aunt Cordy, your Aunt Helen, all of us was in it for years. And then I ended up pregnant, ended up having Cameron, and then I got out for like 2 years, got back in it, and then got back out. And then but when I was in it, I think that the next year they ended up creating a praise team, a praise dance team, and I was in it, and that was my first time performing in front of a large crowd at the Civic Theater like that. I was so nervous. Oh my God. And my mom was like, "No, you're going to be in it. You're going to dance." I don't know how to dance. So that was my first time ever performing in a large group like that. And lo and behold, Mom, she sings a lot. So it comes natural to her. But, on the flip side of that, Gospel Me Symphony, I like being in it. I love being in it. I love to sing. And the songs, I never understood like how they picked out the songs and everything, because I was like, I'm very old school. I'm an old soul. I like my Mississippi Mass. I like my Georgia Mass. I would love Miss Brenda to hear some of that.
Tiffany, you old school? Are you old school like you get the hymn book
from, no. No.
No hymn book for Tiff.
No, but I'll sing
them. The hymns. I like a good, we all sing together from the book. There's nothing wrong with that.
I'll sing them, but no, I'm like, my LA Mass choirs and my what's the other? Because my favorite song, I actually got a song that I would love to sing, but
do you have a favorite gospel song, Tiff?
Oh God, I do. I actually was singing it one day. I came out of surgery and I just out of nowhere started singing it. When I had my double breast, when they told me I was cancer free, I literally just came out of nowhere and started singing it. I can't remember the song right now, but I can't sing it anyway. I'm so nasally.
Brenda, do you have a favorite gospel song?
Brenda,
I think she might be.
Oh yes, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Oh, I was just saying, do you have a favorite gospel song?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. You know what? The GMS 2.0, our junior choir, they just did they had a wonderful concert last Sunday, and John was very instrumental in that. And they did a piece, and of course, my dear GMS artistic committee always laughs at me because I always turn the titles around. Isn't that right, Jonathan? And so, but it was a song called "Trust in Me." Anthony Brown, and I thought,
"Trust in You."
I thought it was so beautiful. I love the old. Even though I'm not from that era, but I love listening to it. And because it just makes me feel like I've overcame. Somebody overcame something, and it's because of him.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I was thinking.
Jonathan, do you can you please elaborate about GMS 2.0 for us and tell us what it's about?
Yeah, so GMS 2.0 exists for reasons much like I shared earlier.
Is Jonathan gone?
No, Jonathan's there.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, GMS 2.0 exists for reasons like I shared earlier. When I came to know of Gospel Me Symphony, I was young. And I don't know that there was necessarily a place for us, but there was absolutely, God made that space. And so I wanted to, as a chorus master,
did you want me to say something for
intentional
him,
space.
Wait a minute. Because Brenda.
Brenda, Jonathan is on here. I'm not sure if your connection is messing up, but he was giving us some insight. Jonathan, you can continue.
Oh, did he? Okay. Okay.
I just wanted to make sure that there was intentional space for younger people to have the experience of singing with a symphony orchestra and being in those spaces, and not just the kids that went to the performing arts school or students that were not students of color, but the black kids, the kids from the hood, the kids that had never been to EJ. I wanted them to have intentional space in those arenas and with those people, and to stand feet away from them and belong there and feel that sense of belonging, to hopefully, prayerfully spark some level of further interest in being a part of organizations much like our own.
And so what are the ages of the children that are involved?
So when we first started, I said 12 because I wanted them to have, I didn't want to do, Sunday school songs. Mm-hmm. So I needed them to be old enough to sing in harmony to some degree. But that has fluctuated through the years. I think our youngest maybe 10. But as long as they can keep up, there's space and room for them. I didn't want it to feel like Sunshine Band and we doing baby songs, but certainly still making that space to prepare those younger kids for programs like that.
And so when I was there, I was in attendance 2 years ago. That was one of the best, like the most favorite crowd. The crowd went crazy over the kids. The kids had some voices on them.
Oh yes.
I will say that. And they had like when they got up and did their solos and things, or there was a one girl that was leading the song, and she got up there, and I was like, I would have been shaking my boots if I was her, you know. So that just shows that, you know, you guys are really working with the kids. And like you said, it's not just, you know, sometimes the kids choir can just, you know, they get up there and they just, you know, yes, Jesus loves me. You know, they just get up there and do that. But no, these kids held their own, and they got up there. They weren't messing around. They weren't, you know, nudging each other, laughing or nothing. They were really performing, and they did amazing. So definitely, I didn't know quite what, you know, how you guys handled the children. So it's nice to get some information about that program. And so is it open? Like, can anybody have their child be part of that program, or how would a kid, you know, go about getting involved?
Absolutely. It is community oriented, which is the nature of Gospel Me Symphony as a whole. And so any student, it's really just kind of an open call. Miss Brenda does a wonderful job at getting that information out to some of the schools, and just to the community at large, and those persons who are in the Gospel Symphony Adult Choir can, you know, bring their grandchildren or nieces and nephews or whatever have you. But yeah, they start generally about a month after the adult choir starts, and we kind of kick it off.
Now, yeah, I did not know that you changed the age, because other than that, I would have had KJ in it, because he asked me last year. He said, "Well, Mama, can I, you know, be in it?" And I was like, "No." First of all, I remember saying that because he has a lot of activities going on, and I remember you saying that the choir, they start at 12. They started at noon, right, for rehearsal for the baby.
No. We did that the first year, and I told Jesus if he let us get through that year, I'd never do that again.
Yeah, so that time stuck in my head, and I'm like, there's no way, because I got to get you prepared. I got to go back and get you, and then I have to go to it was just too much. So I was like, well, we'll think about it, you know. So now that I know, so what is the so you said they start after a month after we do, but what is the time, and where do they rehearse at? Do they rehearse at the church as well, or?
So it depends on the year. This year we've split between the church and my nonprofit space, and they were right. This year we rehearse on Thursdays. So we've made the habit of sending out like a doodle pool to those who have expressed interest to say, hey, what day, what time works best for your family? And we try to go with the majority, provided that works with my schedule and Ms. Brenda's schedule and the center schedule and the church's schedule. And yeah. So
right.
We have some comments. My mom, Kathy Hodges, said I was in the Sunshine Band at Old Trinity Baptist.
Listen, and because I love your mother so, if she tell me to start a Sunshine Band, I'm gonna start it because Miss Cat said so. And I mean, the baby's gonna sing too.
That's so funny. We have another comment. It says, this non-black old lady is learning to clap and sway. Ha ha.
And she sure is.
Listen, the people in the gospel choir, Gospel Me Symphony, listen, they be. Let's come on. Diana Milliron, she gonna be stopping and clapping the loudest. I tell you what.
And my mom said, Jonathan, my mom said, in bright mansions.
Please.
If this was not so. We was in Walmart singing.
Tell her save it for tomorrow.
Save it for practice tomorrow. Because I asked my mom something. She said, I got practice tomorrow.
Yeah, that's it.
Tomorrow is practice. I have to work. I didn't even know. I have to work. I can't even be there.
Let's see. But hey, Brenda and Jonathan, did y'all talk about how GMS got started and why?
Yeah,
I think she.
Oh no, we didn't.
Sometimes Diana Milliron, she'll watch the show on a delay. So she'll be talking about something we already talked
Or
about.
she probably was tending to my grandmother. She had to be tending to my grandmother.
That's how my mama do. She'll start the show, like we'll be going on and she'll start it. You know, we'd have been on 8 minutes and she like, why you didn't read my comment? I said, honey, we past that, honey.
We didn't read your comments, lady.
But she did say Bright Mansion is her song, her favorite gospel song. We were talking about our favorite gospel songs. Jonathan, do you have a favorite gospel song?
Oh, that's a very hard question. There are so many. Mm-hmm. It would probably have to be an Anthony Brown song, actually, which is, I guess, more contemporary gospel. And it's a song called Worth.
Okay.
You thought I was going to say that? Beautiful, beautiful song. I was there when they recorded it. And there was this poem. Oh, absolutely. Beautiful, beautiful moment. I'm not really a crier, at least not in church. Like, I'll cry for other things, like sentimental things, but I'm not like a church crier. I'm Pentecostal. We dance. We don't cry. So I'm sitting in this service. There are every bit of 10,000 people in this huge sanctuary. And this man gets up and reads this poem. I've not heard it since. About Jesus and being on the cross, and it was the poem was a conversation between Jesus and God, and about how Jesus intentionally made this sacrifice because I was worth it. And then they run into the song, and I mean, I just wept the whole 10 minutes. It was magnificent. So yeah, I think that would probably be my favorite gospel song.
Thank you for that insight. I know everyone picks their own favorite gospel song by like what it means to them, what they were feeling at that time. Some people, like I choose to go for like stuff that broke me down, like broke me down at a time that I needed to be broke down. So, and like my mom, she loves happy, upbeat, something she can clap to, something she could sing and praise. So it's interesting when you ask someone about their favorites. So definitely we had a comment earlier from Diana Millirons that said, let me find it. It said like Brenda, Jonathan can sing. Show
can, honey.
Jonathan,
you ain't about to do that.
The vocals, huh?
You're not about to do that.
She's so kind.
Oh, she's so
kind.
Oh man, you guys. So I'm so excited about to attend the show. Like I said, the last time I went, people had on their finest garbs. Somebody had the little opera glasses. Like somebody came with the little spectacles so they could see. Like people get really excited. Yes, people were so excited. Like the crowd was so just like, I mean, the people I was sitting next to were there for more of the orchestra. You know, like they said that they have a ticket, something with EJ, and I think that's where it was the year I went. And so they were saying, you know, they go to so many shows and they didn't know, you know, about this show, and they were just like, you know, we came for the symphony, but I saw when y'all got the up and clapping, honey, they got the this a little hype, this a little more, you know, got a little flavor in there, more than what they was used to. So I definitely saw different fans from all walks of life attend. So is there anything else you want us to know about the show, or anything you know, you want to let us know about any of the programs that you guys have, Jonathan?
I would just suggest that I've not been to all of the Gospel Me Symphonies, but in the last 15 years, I think we have grown as an organization, grown as a community of musicians and church folk and a family. And I think this year is probably going to be the best year we've had since I've been. So if you do not have your tickets, I would encourage you to do that, because it's going to be a show worth seeing.
Wow. Let's see. We had one more. When I Wear My Crown, one more favorite gospel song. So definitely, I'm gonna have to make me a playlist after today. Y'all have some good suggestions. James know about them playlists. That's the one that got the list. So James might have to put us a Gospel Me Symphony playlist together or something, because y'all have all the songs.
So I remember the favorite song that I love is Mississippi Mass Choir, Having You There. And that's going to be one of the songs that I'm going to lead finally. And I'm going to get it together. I'm going to get it together. And I'm singing that with my eyes closed. Because I am by far not my mom. But that's a challenging song. But I haven't seen it. But it's a challenging song. But it's like trying to get my voice, together. And Jonathan, I'm gonna tell y'all what, he'll get you there. If you want to learn how to sing, Jonathan, he'll see that voice and that one eye will raise up, be like, you know what, don't even worry about it.
And see, you was talking about your mom, Diana Mill Irons, honey. Let me tell you about my cousin. She sing from her toes. Like, she sings from, I don't know where that voice come from, but it's like, it just comes out every time I hear her sing. It's just like, woo-wee. So yeah, I'm just so excited. So Tiff, I know we wanted to get some information from Brenda.
Yeah,
she
jumped
her
off
website for her
program. Podcast. And she has a podcast too. I wanted to talk about that, but we're kind of like we're running out of time. I didn't know we was going to go this long.
Right? Yeah. James,
so as
do
you
have
can see,
anything
Jonathan,
else you wanted to say, or any questions or anything?
No, I just wanted them to, make sure that they, announce information about the upcoming show.
So the show is when and where, guys?
Saturday, February the 10th at 7:30 at EJ Thomas Hall.
Okay. And where can they get their tickets, or do they have to go to EJ Thomas to get them, or how can they get tickets?
So tickets are still with us, so they can call the Symphony office to purchase tickets. They can be purchased online. They won't be turned over to EJ until the day of the show, and they can still purchase tickets that day. They'll just have to purchase them either on EJ's website or upon arrival.
Okay.
And I still have to get my complimentary ticket. I'm gonna have to get that Saturday.
So yeah, that was all I had. I'm just grateful that they both came on, onto the podcast.
Yes,
so we had a comment that has said one of the officials at Mayor Malik's swearing in, GMS sang, they said it was transformational. Wow. I saw that another friend of the show, Donnie Brooks, that does the Akron Baseball Project, he was in attendance at Mayor Malik's swearing in, and he was in the what is the Akron newspaper? I forget what it's called. But I saw him on the front
Beacon
page.
Journal. The Beacon Journal.
No, it's a different one. It's a smaller independent one. It's not the
Reporter. You talking
he
about
was in the Beacon, but there was another one where he was on the cover.
Are you talking about the
reporter?
The reporter.
The reporter, yeah.
The reporter, yeah. So the reporter, friend to the show, Donnie Brooks, that we had on a couple weeks ago for the Akron Baseball Project, was on there. And so they said GMS sang for that. So wow. So the kids are really out here doing it. That is a great program. That is a high honor. So I'm definitely excited to see what the kids bring next weekend at Gospel Me Symphony. Is there anything else you want to let us know, Jonathan, or any final words, or any a word, from the good Lord, something?
I'm just grateful that you all considered us to come and share with you all tonight. It's because of things like what you all are doing tonight that Gospel Me Symphony still has life after 30 years. We are the only organization of this kind in the country that has this level of longevity. And so thank you for allowing us to be a part of this tonight. It's really special to us.
I do have one more comment for you. My mom said, between me and my brother, Pastor Marvin Hodges, we have bought 15 tickets.
And that's why she's my favorite.
And then my mom said, yeah, at the time that I'm not singing.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I ain't got nothing to do with that.
But we have a comment that says about Diana Mill Irons. It says, Kat, I agree. Singing from the toes. Yes, we all know that beautiful angelic voice. So we'll definitely, she may not be having a solo, but I guarantee from where I'm sitting, I will be hearing her voice because I always hear her singing from the toes, from the soul. So yeah, so thank you so much, Jonathan, and thank you to Brenda that was on earlier. I will be in attendance. Like I said, I will be in attendance, and I will be covering the show for the podcast. So after our show, after the podcast, I will be coming on and letting everybody know what a great time I had, because I already am anticipating it, because I've already been once, so I already know I'm gonna like it. So thank you so much, Jonathan. And guys, get your tickets.
And yes, I would like to thank you too, Jonathan and Miss Brenda, for accepting my invite for you guys to come on our family podcast, and how we are all related. We are all cousins, and my grandmother, her grandfather, and his grandmother were sisters and brothers. My grandmother is the only one that's living and 95 years old. And she has severe dementia, and that's why half the time you don't see me or my mom. Either my mom is sitting taking care of her, can't find a sitter, or I'm working or trying to help out. Either way, that's what's going on. So that's why, that's how we're all related. I usually tell everybody that comes on our podcast and let them know that this is a family podcast. We can't get crazy.
We get a little crazy, but we're family, and we're all about heart and soul and support.
Yeah.
So yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah. Well, thank you to our guest Jonathan for coming on and discussing Gospel Me Symphony, as well as some other programs. And so we're going to get into a little bit of more hot topics. So until next weekend, I will be seeing you, Jonathan.
Yes, thank you all again.
Absolutely.
And I will see you Saturday. I won't see you tomorrow, but I'll definitely see you Saturday, son. Thank you, little brother. I love you so much, Jonathan.
Love you too. I'll see you soon.
All righty.
And Katia just got on talking about bye. No, bye, Katia. Jonathan.
Bye. Girl, bye.
Bye, Felicia.
I'm awesome. Hey.
Hey, girl.
Don't do that to her.
I know. This is Katia is a faithful transcender. She has been watching all the time. So look at her laughing. Yeah, because her and Jonathan are close friends. So I know she probably wanted to say something. But I know she was having a crab boil tonight. So she probably
wait a minute, what?
Her best friend had a crab boil without me.
Is that
listen, and I told her best friend to give me her address.
I
know you lying. I know you lying.
Look at her. Yes, her hands was full of crab.
Is that how you doing
it? Listen. I know I'm not over here about to get sick.
No, Tiff, what's going on? You okay?
I'm all right. I'm hot, I'm stuffy, and I gotta go to work tomorrow. I bet I'm about to wear a double mask. I ain't playing no games. I'm about to look. I'm about to show you something. I am not playing. Can I do it? Let me see.
She doing something. She getting sick over there.
Well, let me see. Let me see if you can see it. Look. CVS.
CVS. Got the whole pharmacy over
all
there.
Right here. Look. My vitamin C. I ain't playing no game. I ain't got time. But it's like when I get sick, I don't get sick to where I'm down. I don't think I ever recall ever getting sick like that to where I just can't get out of bed. And I really hope that is not going to be the case. But
you got too much
I always had a low immune system. I always had a low immune system anyway. So, my doctor always say you got a low immune system, so you got to be careful. Like I can catch anything.
What'd you say, James?
I said she probably should find some kind of medicine and take it tonight.
Yeah, take it tonight, Tiff, so you'll feel better.
To kind of catch it before the morning, because if you don't take something tonight,
you don't take nothing that's gonna hit you. So take some Dayquil, NyQuil, and take some something with zinc in it. A lot of people don't know if you take a multivitamin with zinc in it, zinc does not cure colds. However, it prevents the virus from multiplying. So it won't.
Yeah, because when I had COVID, the first time that I had COVID, I was I was a baby. I was over here going through it. I had lost my taste and my smell. It was like the word. You know how when a blind person can't see, and you know how when somebody can't hear.
Yes.
Y'all laughing. A deaf person can't hear. Y'all, come on. Just imagine y'all can't taste or smell. You're gonna be like,
I'm gonna need you to get you a nap.
See, that's what happened to me when I had COVID. But you know, the thing is, a lot of people don't know I'm hard of hearing. I am partially deaf in my left ear. So when I'm
really?
A lot of people don't know this. Yeah, but that's why I'm like, huh? All the time I'll be like, or I'll be going like this, or a lot of time I read people's lips. So yeah, a lot of people don't know that about me. That's why sometimes people will say something and I'll answer the question wrong because I didn't hear it right. So when I get sick, especially if I get like a sinus infection or something like that,
it's affecting your ear,
so I cannot hear at all. Like I cannot, like I'm pretty much deaf when I get sick. But yeah, let's see. Your mom said, "Great job, little cousins. Thanks, Tasha, for the compliment." Definitely. I've been growing up hearing her sing since I was a little girl, and I always gave me chills. Beautiful, beautiful voice. But yeah, so I know we was talking about the some of the hot topics earlier. We talked a little bit about the Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, we left off with the whole Nicki Minaj. I wanted to talk about
I know you have said, what did you say you wanted to talk about earlier? On Club Shay Shay.
Yes.
Shannon Sharp. Mm-hmm.
So on Club Shay Shay, he did an interview with this guy. I can't go into it because I know it'll kick me off if I go into it. But he did an interview and they was talking about what's baby girl Taylor Swift has been really trending here a lot lately, and they've been talking about. So the topic of them was, do you think Beyonce? Who do you think is greater, basically, Beyonce or Taylor Swift? Beyonce. So the guy was like, well, I think that Shay Shay said Beyonce can't even compare to Taylor Swift. What did he say that for? So the guy was like, you really gonna come out your mouth and say that? And he was like, yeah, Beyonce can't pack out an NFL stadium, and Taylor Swift had packed it out like basically more than 2 times or whatever. But I made a comment on there like, you can't even compare the two, because regardless of who, they do worldwide concerts, both of them. I didn't even know of Taylor Swift until like maybe a short couple of years ago. For real.
Now I'm a what they call a Swiftie. I am a Taylor Swift fan. I grew up on Taylor Swift.
You was in that era.
Mm-hmm. We're about the same age. So when she was coming out in high school singing, I was eating it up, baby. She had the guitar and she was singing the Romeo and Juliet song, and I was just like, oh, I love this girl. This country girl. Yes, so I was singing for you, but I'm gonna leave that to singing to Tiff. But I think that especially when I watch Club Shay Shay, I don't have a lot of agreement with the things Shannon Sharp says. I feel like
I don't either.
And a lot of times celebrities, they live in a bubble that's different than ours. So I feel like they see things from a different point of view. I don't really ever have the same views as him. So I take everything he said with a grain of salt. Now, I do think that a thing that people are doing right now is they're comparing artists that are older and established.
Yeah.
And putting them versus up and coming. Which Taylor Swift isn't up and coming anymore, but she is a lot younger and started off a lot later than Beyonce. That's comparing apple to oranges. But the most disrespectful thing I seen was somebody comparing Taylor Swift to Michael Jackson.
Say what?
Yes.
What is the comparison?
Yes.
You cannot compare that. You can't.
That was a poll on, I believe it was people.com. They were saying that Taylor Swift is comparable to Michael Jackson.
Absolutely
that she is
not.
a new pop star to be on the lookout about. And let me tell you one thing. There has not been an artist ever
to
touch Michael's fame. You could go to the most remote part of the world where they are cut off from all media, and you ask them about Michael Jackson, I guarantee you they know who Michael Jackson is. There's people in third world countries doing the moonwalk and the hats.
Wait a minute.
There are babies. There are babies born with maybe 2-3 years old and being Michael Jackson for Halloween.
Listen here. When you show me an artist today that has packed out a football field and passing out, going to the hospitals, can't get their breath.
I mean, all of it. Somebody tell me. The sight.
Tell me.
Pass out at the sight of Michael. They was holding on. Remember, he had that thing where it would take him above the crowd. People jumping on the thing, hanging on for dear life onto Michael because he was that famous. Now the Beyonce and Taylor Swift thing, and now how can you say Beyonce can't pack out stadiums? Listen, them tickets for her tour, them tickets was, sold out in seconds. Them tickets, you couldn't even. They was thousands of dollars. They were thousands of dollars, and you had to dress and come as the costume or the part of what, everybody was saying. Now, I'm not a Beyonce fan as far as the last album and her sound that she's got now.
Don't do that.
I'm not saying I'm not. I'm just
don't do that. I'm gonna need you to rephrase it. Rephrasing.
Reframing.
I'm just being stupid. Go ahead.
I am an old school Beyonce fan. I'm a Dangerously in Love, B-Day.
Okay, so you was brought up on that.
The partition.
So you never did Destiny Child? Because I'm a Destiny Child fan.
Child, honey. I was in kindergarten singing, boy, I know you want me. I could see it in your eyes. And what you said was on your mind. Listen, me and my friend had a group, and we would sing on the playground for nickels. So I've been down with DC. Okay? For a nickel, we would write down our songs on a piece of paper. And honey, whatever you want to hear during recess, baby, we got you. I got laughing at me. I was an entrepreneur. Okay. We were singing, it's just emotions taking me over. Listen, I was a Destiny Child. I love Destiny Child. I loved Latavia, Latoya, Michelle. I even like Farrah. The girl that was barely in it for 2 seconds. I looked down with Destiny Child, but I'm saying Beyonce changed her sound as of, I would say, the last couple albums. They're more party, go. They have a techno beat, or they have a, it's just not, I appreciate the artistry. It's just not my cup of tea. It's just not my, but would I go to her concert? Heck yeah. Would I dress the heck up? Heck yeah. And they took the footage from the concert and made a movie, and the movie was sold out. So how can she not sell out arenas when she sold out thousands of arenas and concerts? And then they did a footage, and do you know that people went to the movies fully dressed like the concert and was voguing and stuff in the movie theaters? People I tell you crazy. What, Beyonce got crazy fans. Now Taylor Swift do too, but I just feel like it's apples and oranges. It's just not a good comparison. It's just not.
And here's the thing. He was so like adamant about, like, I don't know, Beyonce. Let me tell you what, bruh. Have you even ever been to a Beyonce concert? For you to even sit there and say some bullshit like that is beyond me. Like, what was you on? Because it clearly like he might have been on some at the beginning of that.
Yeah, I don't know. We have a comment that says, "Oh God, oh good grief, no one can touch Michael Jackson."
Yeah, you shouldn't even.
She said, "Grandma Carol is going to bed. Thank you for a great time. Thank you for watching, Carol.
Bye, Grandma.
Appreciate it. You had so many good comments. Thank you." And
she's always on support, and I love her. She helps me out. She has always been there for me from day one. If I need anything, some support up here, she got me all the time. And I really, really appreciate her. Cause I'm gonna tell you what, Grandma Curl, I am so super adamant of getting my nonprofit. I need to talk to Jonathan about that. I didn't know he had a nonprofit. So when I get my nonprofit, you definitely gonna come on board because I need support like that.
It's nice to have people behind
absolutely.
you and supportive.
Absolutely. So good night, Grandma Carol. I'll see you
good
Saturday.
Good night, Grandma Carol. I thoroughly enjoyed your comments. Thank you for watching, and please come back and join us next Wednesday. We are on every Wednesday at 8:00. So definitely set your reminders because we will be on. So yeah, I just feel like sometimes Shannon Sharpe is a little. Now you have to keep in mind he has been doing sports
that's
analytics
his thing
for so long that I just feel like he's not the greatest at knowing this pop culture type of thing. So like I said, when I watch his show, I'd be like, everyone's entitled to their opinion, but me and him never kind of see eye to eye.
First of all,
it's not my favorite.
I've been following Shannon Sharpe by accident, actually. It's by accident. I look up and he's on. He's on, and I just be like, this dude is so loud. Like, how can you be? I'm loud as a woman, but I mean, how can you be sitting there and you sitting right across, and his nose is so big? Y'all ever know how big his nose is? Wait a minute, did y'all see that meme? Somebody know they was dead ass wrong for they drew a cartoon or whatever. It wasn't a cartoon. I think I might have shared it with one of y'all, but I was hollering, and they had this girl acting like Cat Williams. They made his nose so extra.
I think I
said they didn't have to do my boy like that. They didn't have to do him like that. But he was on that when he had his sports show with that white guy, and him and the white guy would be going back and forth, and he would just be so no, wait a minute, because
Skip Bayless, they used to go.
Yeah, that's his name. It didn't make sense. And then when I see him on this.
Yeah, I think that right now everybody is kind of, trying their hand at the, the podcast game and at the, hot topics and things like that. I feel like right now it's a vacuum because a lot of the heavy hitters in the pop culture type of show game are kind of fizzling out. Like, we've seen the Breakfast Club. They lost a lot of viewers and they lost a lot of people that were longtime fans because Angela Yee left. And so do you guys see they finally permanently replaced the host?
Yeah, I kind of like, when the stuff was going on with Just Hilarious and she was saying that
I heard that she ain't get the part.
DJ Envy and all that stuff. I kind of felt like it was a stunt. Like she had really got it.
I think it was too, because
they just announced it. Yesterday, today or
yesterday they announced that she is
the permanent host.
Oh, she is, because they were talking about it today.
It did feel like a publicity stunt because it was like she was doing so good, and then all of a sudden they so-called beefing and.
Yeah, but
they said today that she didn't get it.
No, she did.
She did, but I think she's a good host though. Like, I think she should be there. Like, of all the people that kind of, all the people that kind of sat in and all that stuff, like, I think she was the best of everybody.
And quiet as it's kept, I think Jason Lee thought he had the seat.
But I think that would have been like a down step for him to take that though.
You think that would have been down step for Jason Lee to take Breakfast Club?
I do.
See, and I thought that was a down step for Breakfast Club taking Jason Lee.
I mean that would have been a good look for them to have him, but I think it would have been a down step because he has his own media company. He's doing his own thing.
Yeah, he does have his own media company, but just like Just Hilarious, Jason Lee has created a lot of enemies in the industry, and a lot of people refuse to come on the show when he was in.
But he's got a lot of people that support him too, though.
He definitely does.
He's got a lot of people that support him, and I think that him doing this, running for city council in Stockton, I honestly think it's a good thing because I think that more of us need to really get involved, like on the political side and all of that. So I just like I don't think it would have been a good move for him to take that. Now, obviously,
I don't think so, especially with him building his own brand and his own podcast and his own show, and his show doing so many millions of views.
It's so much stuff that he's been trying to do for years that he hasn't been able to do. And now he's created his own lane, his own way. Like he's making stuff happen without them. So like why step back down and take a job with somebody when you got your own thing going? Like, I mean, that, like to me, make it make sense. Like,
it's kind of like going backwards a little bit.
So today, Angela Yee on her show Way Up, she basically shouted out Jess Hilarious and said, you know, she was happy that she was the new show, basically kind of passing the baton to her. Which I thought was really nice because it could have got catty. It could have got, you know, and I feel like Angela Yee left very gracefully, more graceful than she could have.
I mean, I think she left gracefully and she left on her own accord. She got her own show. So it wouldn't have been any reason for her to be catty. Like, I mean, it would be different if she got fired or she got put out or something like that. But
well, it was said that because her last couple shows, she was either doing just with Charlamagne or just with Envy because she was having issues with both of them.
Okay.
And so they were saying they weren't able to all be in the same room together. And so that was a big reason. Well, this is allegedly of why she left. She felt like they were both being very disrespectful and that they say disrespectful things to her and also some things behind the scenes. Also, I forget somebody came on there and checked her and she felt like they didn't have her back as well.
Yeah. I kind of remember.
I can't remember who it was.
I gotta think back to who it was, but I actually remember that.
Was? I cannot remember. I cannot put my finger on who it was. It was somebody she was scared of, though. I know that. They put a little fear into her. I cannot remember who it was, but they came on there and they checked the heck out of.
Yeah, I forgot what it was, but whatever they checked her on, she didn't actually do anything. Like, it wasn't really warranted or whatever.
And they were mad over.
This was like some years ago, though. It wasn't like
it was a comment that was said, and Angela Yee was laughing and whatever. Which I always hated that at school, girl.
But it wasn't recent.
People would be roasting in school, and they talking about somebody. Oh, y'all, you know, your mama so fast she sat on a rainbow, Skittles popped out. And me, I would be laughing. Oh no, you ain't talking. I'm like, oh shit. Wait a minute, I wasn't laughing. I swear I wasn't laughing, girl.
Because the one who be laughing, they gonna roast them next.
Girl, they get on me. And then I had a widow's peak. They was calling me Count Chocula, girl.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think it would have made any sense for her to be catty. Like she left on her own accord, and like whatever happened where she felt like they didn't stand up for her, that was like some years ago. It wasn't like it was nothing that was recent. And then,
but they kept having the same argument about it. Like they would be on air and she would say something. You know how like somebody did something, it's like a marriage or relationship, and y'all be having that same argument for years and years. And it felt like that. It felt like they just kept like beating a dead horse, and she said she just didn't want to do it anymore. So she hooked up.
But then she got her own show though. So
yeah, she hooked up with I love Jasmine Brand. That's somebody that I really look up to career wise. Like I would love to have a career like Jasmine Brand. You know, she started with her own website, the jasminebrand.com, has her own Instagram, and you know, she does her own blogging. They have, I think, the podcast Lip Service together. And then they do Way Up. And then who else is on there? Isn't it Angela Rye is on there?
I don't know.
But yeah, it's a couple girls that were affiliated with the Breakfast Club and things like that. So they have some interesting conversations. So I definitely like Angela Yee. I put her on my vision board for the year. Because I would love to have a career like that, you know, a longevity and, you know, the respect and things like that. So, but yeah,
that's the key. And I think you're definitely on the right path, and your trajectory has been good. And I think one of the key things that you seem like you kind of have a handle on already is you got to pay attention to the other people who are out there and give people their props where they deserve it.
Where like they deserve it.
Jasmine Brand like has really, really been doing it. And that's just like grapejuice.net. Like you don't necessarily hear a whole lot about them anymore, but like they really did their thing too. And like all the way back when I went and did Soul Train Awards, they were there on the red carpet. You gotta definitely like point out to people like when they good. Like I've talked back and forth with Jason Lee, and like I usually go back and forth with a lot of people and just kind of really make sure that I give people their props and let them know that you at least see them. I mean, they know they're doing good, and there's other people that say they're doing good. But it's also good when they see people who are also in their field that respect. Like I chat with Sherry Shepherd and really a lot of people, and just let people know like that's dope. Like that's not like honestly,
it's also good to look at somebody that is where you want to be. I said it's also good to look at somebody that's where you want to be, like doing what you want to do and things like that, and get inspired. Look at what how did they come about? What did they do? What are they working on? What can I do to get myself to that level? A lot of people sometimes look at people and get jealous and get why her and this and that.
And that's
but
what
it's
you
like
need to not do.
You cannot be jealous of nobody. I learned that jealousy thing at a very young age because I grew up, y'all know I'm the youngest sister, and I have these beautiful sisters that, are so talented and at so many things. And I, was younger, like, dang, why can't I be like this? Why can't I be like this? And I had to really break myself down and say, God made us all, so beautifully. Why would he take the time to make me if I'm trying to be somebody else?
Right.
I cannot be Katia. I can only be, I can only be
you
the best
cat
I can be. I can't do that. And see, I learned that lesson because I used to be trying to put her clothes on and I'd be walking out looking like She-Hulk. Because my sister is 5'2" and I'm 5'9". The math ain't
not gonna work.
I can't wear. I'm sitting there wearing her sweaters and they coming up like this. My jeans, high waters. Girl, you look a mess. You can't be nobody else but yourself. So yeah, Tiff, why are you looking at me like that?
Because she was crazy.
No, really, the self-love thing. Your sister said I'm buying me some proper opera spectacles for when me and my sissy go to the opera.
Let me tell you what, she gonna be sitting there wearing them herself. I'm gonna be like that. Bravo! I cannot sit through.
Encore.
I cannot sit through Sissy. I'm sorry. That's why I don't do movies like that. And let me tell you what, I took KJ to go see Mario Brothers. I think everybody that was in there, all the adults was more interested in Mario Brothers than he was, than all the other kids, because they were brought up on this Mario Brothers era. So how they started off in the movies was the first Nintendo that came out. That. And so I tell you what, I think halfway through the movie,
Tiff,
I came on with it that peaches. That's what I can't. Adventures movies, don't ask me. Don't do it.
What? The Avengers, Tiff?
I cannot. The last Adventures movies, I took him. I think it was me, my mom, and Cameron. I think it was like basically me, my mom. It was. No, I took him to go see Spider-Man with the black boy who played Spider-Man in there. I took him to go see that. And then I went to go see The Lion King. The animated one and the real one. Me and my mom went to go see The Lion King one. I'm not making this shit up. The live one, me and my mom hyped up. We went and got t-shirts and everything. I'm serious. We go in there and they start off and the animals came down the aisles. I was like, Mommy! I was damn near crying, everything. I think I fell asleep when them tickets was expensive. I think I fell asleep when it was time for Mufasa to get killed.
Dang, Tiff,
because I'm not even gonna lie, like
that's right in the day beginning.
That damn play was so long, and I'm not even gonna lie, like it right there is where it really got boring. Okay, Mufasa got killed or whatever. Simba wakes up, you know, you got Timba and what's his face, and it just like really got kind of boring all the way up until, you know, they started fighting. And he met Nala and all of that. But I cannot.
I would love to go see that show. Listen, Lion King is one of my favorite movies. I know Lion King word for word. Okay. I'm a Disney kid. Like, we was not one thing Kathy didn't play. We ain't watch all them shows and stuff, but we got 100 Disney movies. You could pop in a movie.
We didn't back then. Back then, you wasn't watching all this YouTube shit they got out. You wasn't watching that. You wasn't watching nothing. It was Disney. It was what is it? Nickelodeon, Kenny the Cat.
Yeah, that's Saturday morning cartoons, Looney Tunes. Like, we really wasn't allowed to watch that kind of stuff. You know, my mom, when I was younger, like, we didn't even have cable and stuff, so we would just watch. We would pick Disney movies all day. So I literally know almost every Disney movie word for word. So
my mom was the type of person
I'm excited about. I don't know what new movies are coming out right now.
I don't either. I still gotta watch. Color Purple, which I haven't got to watch because I had to work. What's the other movie that came out? Barbie. I attempted to watch. I attempted to watch it. I like halfway through, I fell asleep. So yeah, that's why I just can't do movies. I don't want to waste nobody. You want to go to the movies? If it ain't gonna really, if it's not like really super action packed,
I like to go to the theater.
I can't do it.
Valley View Theater, where they got you could put your feet up, like they got the chairs. You could put your feet up, and then also you can get an alcoholic beverage. They sell the slushies with the 1800, and I'll be in there toe up.
Well, guess what? Tiffany would definitely be up under somebody's bleachers.
What is it? The one at Pinecrest. I forget the name of it. But either way, they got them same seats. Mm-hmm. When I tell you, I'll be asleep 5 minutes into the movie.
James, no, listen to this. This is no joke. No, listen to this, James. Tell her when we went to the BET Awards, and okay, so every day it's a concert, right? So you sit in your same seat, right? We gets there, me, him, and Dolores. We gets there, and Sean. I tell you, the concert was supposed to start about 7:30. We gets there, you know, and I will never forget when we went to the rap concert. A$AP Rocky was there, and I guess was like, he didn't just come out, but it was like he was not a fan to them. He was performing. I was asleep. We all was asleep. I was not. I woke up to fuck y'all. Y'all ain't trying to listen to me. Remember, he was cussing everybody.
Be honest, I can't really remember none of it.
Dude, I woke up. He was literally cussing everybody out. What did she say? Caramel and peppermint tea with ginger, lemon, and honey. Try it, sis. Oh, because she hear it all in me. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we were asleep every single concert. It was nuts, but it was because of the time lapse, you know, 3 hours behind. So it's like 7:30. It's 11 or something like that here. So I'm in the bed anyway. But yeah, we was through. We was through.
I don't really remember much of the shows outside of Outkast. I think Outkast was there.
Outkast was there. They did their thing. Mary J. Blige, Jill Scott came, and I remember when Mary came because I boo-hooed so hard. I was literally like out of the relationship and all that. I had my gastric bypass, and I was still going through it because he still was trying to control me, even though we wasn't in a relationship. But I boo-hooed with every song Mary was coming to. I was like, this don't make sense, man.
I love Mary. Did y'all see the pictures of her at I forget what award she was at this weekend. They was trying to get her to take pictures, and she was so mad. She was on the red carpet looking like a thug. She was like, and they was like, Mary, come on, Mary. And then finally she started taking her pictures, but she was like, this is the part I hate. And that's what I think, because I don't necessarily want to be famous. Like, I want to work in this industry and I want the money, but I want to be like, that's why I like Jasmine Brand, because she got the money. She can go to the store and she don't got to worry about all that stuff, you know?
Right.
But yeah, it's been kind of a little quiet as far as the like Diddy stuff has been going on. It's been really quiet because Blueface in jail. So
who is that? Who is that?
Never mind.
Who is that?
You don't know? You know the girl Krishan Rock with the tooth missing? I'm talking to y'all about somebody you don't even know.
I know who you're talking about.
You James know who that is, but I'm surprised if as much as Instagram and TikTok you be on, and they be on all the blogs.
You know why? Because I am not, when I go on Instagram, I'm all about the animals. I be sitting here, be sending my mom all kinds of animal shit, and me and her just be cracking up. And when I see celebrities acting stupid, it's like, y'all got all this money and y'all can't. I mean, I just don't. So I'll sit there for a minute just to see who's trending and everything. I'll make my little likes, comments or whatever. But girl, look, that I'll see it and it'll be gone.
Yeah, I like the dog videos. I've been making some TikToks with my sister's dog.
I made a couple of reels. I did make a couple of reels.
Girl, so I made a reel this week of Rick Ross' baby mom, Tia Kemp. She was dancing on live to this song, and it's a funny thing. Why did that reel got 500,000 views?
I think I saw. Let me see. Is it on Facebook?
Followers on Instagram from that reel alone.
Oh wow!
And see, and I'm telling you, because remember when I told you earlier today, like something is going on with my Instagram because I keep getting these same like people is just keep liking the same picture, and I'm this it's just weird. Now I did make a reel.
Try to make something that you think they're gonna like or whatever. It doesn't. It's no rhyme or reason. That went viral just because that's the moment right now. Like I don't know if you guys know, but Tia Kemp is one of Rick Ross' baby mom, and she and him are beefing. They're beefing. And she's telling it all. He has filed for a cease and desist, but she said I'm broke. She said I'm broke. So what are you gonna take? So she goes live about him every day. Today she was live talking about his daughter. And she released all these pictures of the kids throughout the years and his kids and stuff. She reminds me of like Black China's mom, Tokyo Tony, like messy, and they're entertaining because they go over the line. Like she's going overboard. She also let everybody know that Rick Ross is on Ozempic. And so that's shut up. She said she funny as hell too. She said, I didn't went in the refrigerator and he got the damn diabetes medicine in there. Then she go put her phone and say, hey Siri, does Rick Ross have diabetes? Siri say, Rick Ross does not have diabetes. She said, so what y'all think that's for?
Wait a minute, she ain't asked Siri. How the hell Siri know his personal business? That man was weighing over about 300-400 pounds. He could have had diabetes.
Nope, Ozempic. So yeah, so she been
oh my god. Just because the man is on Ozempic, now he's supposed to be losing.
Yeah, he got a new young girlfriend that she's supposed to be mad about. So now she's airing it all. So her and Black China's mom going at it, and then the rapper Blueface mom, she checked Black China's mom for talking about Megan. Yeah, she checked Black China's mom and said she told everybody leave Megan's mom alone because she's not here to defend herself.
Exactly.
So she was like, we could defend our babies, we could fight for our babies, but her mom ain't here, so y'all need to leave it alone. She told Black China, Black China's mom, I'ma do you how I did you on the Zeus, and it's a rumor that they fought physically on some type of Zeus show, but to be determined.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much stuff going on out there, and I mean, like even with this, the Nicki and the Megan stuff. Like the stupid thing is, I like both of them, but it's like, why are you talking about somebody dead mother? Like to me, that's just
over the line.
It's just over the line.
And the thing is, in recent years, I'm a big Nicki fan. Grew up on Nicki, but it's
just overboard. Like you just lost your father. So it's like,
and the thing is, Meg better than me, because I'd have been like, girl, your dad a speed bump. I would have been, ooh wee. I'd have been like, doo doo. I'd have made a whole song of me going up, boop boop. Was that your daddy? I would have seen me. I when they go low, I go to hell, baby. I go down in the jungle deep. You go low with me, I'm a So, and especially somebody
like,
by my mama. Ask my mama.
Like, I like both of them, but I'm like, I can't even really get into it because I just feel like it's just too...
driving. I screamed out that car so bad. My mom said, "You better stop. What if he do something?" I said, "Girl, ain't nobody saying nothing about my mama." So Nikki went when she did the mama, and the thing is, she been doing some crazy stuff as of late. Let's not forget that her brother is a convicted sex offender in jail right now. Her husband, convicted sex offender. You know, and then she's arguing with these women. But you want to know a rap beef that I didn't know nothing about? Who would have thought Eminem and Benzino was beefing?
Well, Eminem and Benzino have been beefing for years.
That's before my time. I ain't know nothing about it.
Yeah, I mean they've been beefing for years. Yeah,
but they making songs about each other right now. They just had a couple which records about each other.
Right, which doesn't make much sense to me. But I mean it's like it makes sense, but it don't make sense because they old as hell. So it's like, why the fuck are you doing, like, that's just stupid. But I mean they have been beefing for years.
Eminem said on his record, he said, what he say? They accused me of coming at Benzino's neck. How I'ma come at something he don't got.
Right. I just think but it's like you don't even regularly release. You don't even
release music.
So he ain't got no neck, so he looking like this.
I just think and Benzino's career flopped.
Look what you look like.
Benzino's music career went double plastic. Okay.
So then them need to just be quiet. I don't understand it. I'm glad I ain't in the music industry because. Hey, listen to this. Have y'all ever thought about, like, if these rappers be going in on each other, do you ever think that gospel artists be going into?
Yes, I've heard. Now listen, I've heard a lot of gospel beef. I've heard some beef about Mary, Yolanda Adams.
I have too.
All type of things about all of them, and them getting into it in diva mode. And they were saying Donnie McClurkin was a big diva, and he was. If you want him to perform, you gotta have X, Y, and Z, and sometimes he don't show up.
You're probably right. So these people ain't gonna be performing on no chumpy change, especially not even what's her name? Tamla Mann, she definitely ain't about to touch, because remember how, and I don't even know if they even do this anymore. I haven't heard anything about it. Emmanuel Christian Academy used to give those sponsor events to raise money for their school, and I haven't heard, since they have moved into the new building over there. I haven't heard anything about it no more. Because Tamla Mann was coming down here performing, a couple of other artists, and Mary was one of them.
Well,
I haven't heard why, because these people is not about to come down here for chump change. I don't understand what they
just here like 4 months ago at the Football Hall of Fame.
Like, well, I'm saying, but this is the Emmanuel. This is a school that a Christian school. Yeah, this is a Christian school, and they used to give concerts.
Yeah,
they used to give concerts and stuff to support, to keep the school afloat.
Yeah, they did. They would do the concerts, and then they used to have the vendor tables outside. And so my mom would sell cupcakes for the vendor tables. Yeah. But they haven't done them in. I now don't quote me on this. I don't believe they've done it in years. And ever since they moved on that building doesn't have the space that the other building did. The other building had 2 sanctuaries.
Well, this is the thing. They could have, since they moved out of there. I mean, no, I can't necessarily say they could have, because now House of the Horror.
We got some more recipes for you, Tiff. Carol said, I swear by turmeric, garlic, lemon, and honey tea. It helps with sore throat and decreases inflammation. I used to try to, when I first was on one of my weight loss journeys, I would do apple cider vinegar with turmeric in it. It was good for me for energy and for my joints and stuff like that, like my inflammation. But girl, that stuff made my stomach hurt.
Yeah, I was doing that was for because I was doing it for weight loss for me. The apple cider vinegar, I was doing it for weight loss, and then they wanted you to actually swallow that and not put anything in it. And then they started making recipes
I used to do a
for it.
shot of it.
But I tell you what, I did lose some weight.
Way to do it.
Yeah, I did lose some weight off of it, but make sure you go to the bathroom.
Have you guys ever tried sea moss? That's the newest.
Yeah. So what do you guys think about that? On TikTok, they got the bottle, baby. Don't try it. So people be on there, and now it's for men. Like they tell the men don't do it because the sex drive it will be higher. It will be higher. I actually purchased the drop.
I wanted to try the oil, the pulling oil for your teeth. That's one of the biggest things that they be selling on TikTok. Have you seen that? It's like you're supposed to swish the oil around in your mouth for 3 minutes.
So I've read the reviews on that, and they said it really don't work. Your teeth supposed to be white.
What you say, James?
That sounds like the little pink stuff they made you swish with in the morning at school.
Oh my God. Have you guys ever put one in your mouth when you was at school?
Huh?
Have you ever put one in your mouth when you was at school?
Put what in my mouth?
The pink tablet.
No, they didn't give us tablets. It was like fluoride.
Yeah, I used to get the fluoride rinses, and you come in there and swish
around. No, baby, these were tablets. So we used to have this dentist guy come in. He was a dentist, and he would give us the tablet. We had to put it in our mouth. It'll turn pink to let you know that you haven't got all the all the gunk off or whatever. So I'm being ornery, and I'm putting one in my mouth. Man, look, my my whole mouth turned pink.
Yeah, we ain't had no tablets.
I will say, when they used to come do that hearing test, they'd be like, okay.
Yeah, the hearing test.
I'll be like, did we start? They're like, you don't hear nothing? I'm like, what's going on? We started.
The hearing test, the disc came. Yeah, we had all that. But yeah, it's supposed to turn your teeth white. So, but the reviews said otherwise, like, oh, it didn't work, this, that, and the third. It's like, I'm not going to buy
oil pulling before the TikTok one, and it has to be a certain kind. And so the thing I would tell people about TikTok Shop is almost like drop shipping. These people, they sell you this product, but they don't know where it's coming from. They don't know who's selling it, if it's counterfeit, anything. So they're just sending you. TikTok Shop basically is just a link where you could buy whatever. Like, it's not from, people think TikTok got a warehouse, and they
they don't have no warehouse. That's just like
they don't have a warehouse. They just
Temu?
have a whole bunch of what is
Temu? It's just like them, because everything that's on TikTok, I kid you not, you can go right on Temu or whatever the site is and get the same exact
distributors. That's all they have. So a lot of times these people order stuff, and what they get may not be what you get.
What you gonna get?
So, and people got to understand, and a lot of the shops got kicked off, and a lot of people owe TikTok money, because you get a commission off of every unit you sell. So if I sell the oil and everybody buy it, I get a commission. But when those shops get shut down and the money, people want their money back because this is counterfeit, then that comes out. I've seen people got their pages frozen. I've seen them got their accounts frozen. I've seen them got their pages deleted just because they advertised something that was not legit.
Well, sweetheart, you gotta and you gotta realize when you're on TikTok and you scrolling through whatever and you see different people, you will see 4 different people selling the same shirt. You will see 6 different people selling the same
The dress, that dress, you've been seeing that Valentine's Day dress. Now that dress, I want that dress.
Now I haven't saw that yet. I haven't really been on TikTok at all. Like today,
dress, and it got like these little detachable sleeves or something, and that's what everybody be wearing for Valentine's Day. And I'm like,
fuck Valentine's. Oh,
where I put this order in at? Hold on.
I'm sorry. F Valentine's Day, girl. Valentine's Day is a made up holiday. Cook that dude some dinner and be done with it, and get your groove.
Come on,
and get your groove on. Forget all that. We can go to the movie. We can go out to dinner, but man, forget it.
Same old.
Just, please.
What you say, James? You said you wanted to my Valentine's.
I said it's about my time. It's 10:45.
Yeah, I'm feeling my eyes getting there too.
You really do love me.
I'm going to purchase the this weekend actually to give away for the movie.
Yeah, so we're gonna definitely advertise for that. You know, so we'll be getting that together for any of the listeners. Tiff is doing a giveaway, and we will be coming up with the terms and everything. So keep watching, definitely.
Because I had another giveaway in mind as well for March. Okay, so I'm part Irish. Now I say my great grandmother is 100% Irish on my father's side, and so my grandmother is Irish. So somewhere in there, I'm Irish, and I always wondered, like, why do I like St. Patrick's Day so much? I mean, I absolutely love St. Patrick's Day.
That's how I am too. I always love St. Patrick's
Day. And beer. I love beer.
Come to find out, we was Irish too. Katia did the DNA test, and we
really
Irish. Yeah, we're a big chunk. We are only Black and Irish, damn near half and half. So yeah,
and my dad, he has the most, like, he had some really, really good hair. His eyes were like super hazel. My brother is a splitting image of my father. I have my father's eyes. My hair is just like super thick and coarse. But I did some hereditary homework on my dad's side, and I spoke to my grandmother, and she's still living. She's like 96, 97 years old, I think, and she still have her whole mind. And she gave me the names and everything. And I'm like, my dear, you're Irish? She was like, yes, baby, I'm Irish.
That's so funny.
Like, wow.
My mom's grandma her name was Finnegan, Grandma Finnegan. And that is a super Irish name. I wish I could show y'all this picture of this lady. This lady
looked like
a real life Orville Redenbacher.
Yeah. I had my there is downstairs. But anyway, for March, I was actually thinking about for the Akronites, like just going to a bar. I'm trying to think, because it's like one of these famous bars down here,
like and getting a card or something like that. Or sometimes they have drink tickets, like you can purchase a couple tickets, and they could, stuff like that. So we'll discuss it and figure out what we're going to do, because I know Tiffany going to be our giveaway person. So everybody stay tuned. We'll be having a Valentine's Day giveaway and a St. Patrick's Day giveaway coming up. So James over there looking like he's about done for the night. So I don't have nothing else to say. Tiff, you got any other final words?
Heck no. Hope to see, well, I know ain't nobody yet, but whoever will be listening in the future, hope to see you guys at Gospel Me Symphony. Also, if I do get my complimentary ticket, I think I'm gonna throw that in there as a giveaway too. It's gonna be one complimentary ticket. And but you got to be listening, and you got to like and share and all that. So it's going to be some good things going out. So I got to get that complimentary ticket this week. And when we go live on Wednesday, just make sure you guys go on Facebook and tell everybody, like, hey, we're doing a complimentary ticket to Gospel Me Symphony. So I got to get the ticket first.
Right. All right, James, you ready to close us out?
All right, y'all. We appreciate everybody for tuning in, for commenting. Please make sure that you continue to follow us at Transcending TC. Make sure you follow
subscribe, share.
Make sure you follow us all on our respective social media accounts. I am at Authentically James, just about on everything now. And you ladies want to throw out yours?
Cat Queen on all platforms.
And Tiff, Tiffany Milan 7 on all platforms.
And thank you to our guests today, Jonathan and Brenda. Thank you so much. I learned so much about the Gospel Me Symphony, some of the background, some of the programs, and definitely Brenda for sharing the domestic violence program.
Yeah,
thank you so much.
Absolutely. All right, you guys have a very blessed week, and don't get into any trouble. They ain't gonna want to hear about it.
I'll try.
All right,
bye, everybody.
Bye.